This one's for every webhead, every Tampa Bay sports fan, from the pirate ship to the ice to the trop. Welcome to the Sports Web! Lights go up, it's another game night, breaking every headline underneath the spotlight. Red and pewter, blue and white, living every moment under Friday night lights. No fake stories, no empty hype, just passion that burns every single night. The Rolex reporter never misses a beat, always bringing the fire from the Tampa Bay streets. Raise your voices, let them hear you scream. Every fan united, living out the dream. Bring your passion, bring your excitement, just don't bring any nonsense. We're standing tall, we'll answer the call through every rise and every fall. For the Bucs, for the Rays, for the Lightning's glory days. This is the Sports Web, where Tampa comes alive.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another edition of the evolution of Sports Talk Television here on a Monday night. It's the Sports Web. I'm your host, Peter Blake, your Rolex reporter. What time is it? It's my time. And, of course, for fans of the Sports Web, the Tampa Bay sports fan, especially you Go Bucs fans, you Rays fans, as the Rays They were busy today. They're busy right now, winning 4-0 over the Colorado Rockies. So we will keep you up to date on that. What's going on here? Am I in the twilight zone? They're making moves at the trading deadline. They're actually going all in. How about your Tampa Bay Rays? So we will definitely give them some love, as we always do here on the Evolution of Sports Talk Television. And then we will also talk about your Tampa Bay Buccaneers when it comes to Baker Mayfield, the non-extension, him trashing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Some facts coming out. Once again, Rays score another run here. It's 5-0. We may be on here all night long. The Rays may blow the Rockies out. They're already got a 5 spot here. It's only in the second inning. So we'll definitely get into that. And then, of course, the first day of pads for your Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Some good things coming out and some bad things coming out. And then how do we start off the show, right? Did I already say it? Did I bring your passion, bring your excitement, just don't bring any nonsense. There it is. That's how you start the show off, right? So we got that out of the way. Tell you what, we're going to be here on Saturday. So I want to go out to this. We'll tell you more about this locally here. If you're a Tampa Bay sports fan, if you're a webhead, Saturday at noon, catch me at Sam's Pizza and Deli Cafe. And again, 4644 West Gandy Boulevard, Suite 10. Here's your commercial for the night, and then we'll get back to it here on the Evolution of Sports Talk Television.
Tired of the same old boring pizza? What if I told you there's a place that's completely changing the game? Welcome to Sam's Pizza and Deli Cafe, where we do things differently. It all starts with our dough made fresh from scratch every single day. No frozen stuff here. And our wings? Forget that heavy breading. We bake them to crispy perfection and toss them in our incredible house-made sauces for pure, unadulterated flavor. But let's talk pizza! Ever tried a pizza like it's a mind-blowing mix of pepperoni, pesto, and a kick of sriracha honey. Or how about a Philly cheesesteak pizza that's loaded with all the good stuff? Every single ingredient is chosen for maximum flavor, making each bite an explosion of pure happiness. So,
there you go. There you go. So we'll be there live at the Pizza Cafe there on Gandy Boulevard. Come out there, webhead, support the Evolution of Sports Talk Television. Get on camera. Talk about your Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Talk about your Tampa Bay Rays. 6-0 now. Tampa Bay over the Colorado Rockies.
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful. I love when that happens. I love when they're not losing. That's always a good thing. So a lot of things to talk about. Also, don't want to forget some of the other sponsors here, and that would be, of course, if this thing would work correctly. Let's go to, you don't have to go far. It's up the block barbershop, 4946 Moog Road in Holiday, Florida. Whether it's a haircut, a beard trim, a fade, they got you covered. All the barbers, including Ricky, my favorite barber. Tell him the Rolex Reporter sent you. It's up the block barbershop. If that wasn't enough, this every day, daily Tampa Bay Buccaneer content, 10 to 15 minutes or more, 11 a.m. sharp on YouTube. It's Bucs latest. This is your test, Bucs fans. If you want that daily Tampa Bay Buccaneer content, you guys said you wanted it. You wanted more sports web, so I gave it to you. They're a part of the Fan Arch Network. Of course, we will be a part of this, the Tampa Bay Sports Collectors Expo, which, again, the announced guests, they are live from the Florida State Fairgrounds. You have Ian Beckles. You have James Wilder Jr., Kenny Shaw. You have Tez Johnson there, and announced this weekend, Sean Kemp, former Orlando Magic, former Seattle Supersonic. He will be there. More guests to come. Again, it's the Tampa Bay Sports Collectors Expo. And let's go out to this right here. The Carter Agency, thank you very much for giving us the opportunity to be on TikTok right now. Hopefully they haven't restricted me yet. That's always a good thing. And then, as always, we'll take your phone calls. 727-255-0391 and 727-255-0391. We'll read your comments. But let's get out to it. Let's set the table, right? We're talking about pizza. We're talking about dinner. I set the table. You come to eat. Here's Baker Mayfield on Thursday and what he had to say about the non-extension by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on the evolution of Sports Talk Television.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I've told you guys I've been pretty upfront and honest about my feelings about Tampa. It being home for now our family. We're raising kids here. We love it here. I wanted the deal done and set the deadline and told them it was going to be all ball after that. And I did mean that. And I don't know if they thought I was just going to take some of the offers that they gave, but I'm at the point of my career and understanding what I've brought to this franchise. One, I'm very, very thankful for the chance they gave me. Do not get me wrong on that. But I've also I really know what I've brought to this franchise, leadership-wise, and even play-wise. It's been some of the best years of my career, and I think it's only going to trend upwards, just being comfortable and feeling that. So disappointing in that regard to not have, to feel disrespected a little bit. And that's really the disappointing part, to feel undervalued after, thinking you've earned it. This is not a poor me thing. There's a lot of other people that have it way worse off, but I can sit here and look at other quarterbacks and peers and evaluate myself based on that and put myself in certain categories that I deserve to be compensated for that. And I think I'm a franchise quarterback. I've been told I'm a franchise quarterback. It's been said publicly from ownership down here. And so to not have a deal done is very disappointing. But I said the deadline was a deadline, and I addressed the team to let them know I meant that. It's all ball. I'm with these guys. I think all the guys that have been here know exactly who I am. The guys that are new here, I wanted to address that because they might have had a notion prior to coming here about who I am as a person. But it's all team. It's all about winning here now and what we're going to do. And, hopefully Vita gets his back fixed and gets his deal done. I mean, he's the second longest tenured Buck behind CG, and Vita deserves that. He's the anchor of our defense, and so I hope they take care of him. It's disappointing to say the least, but it's all ball here, and I know I'm going to have a good year. I know this team, the things that we went through last year put us in a good spot for this year. Depth-wise, a lot of guys being thrown to the fire to be able to grow and learn fast. And it didn't go the way we wanted, but it's a new season, and it's going to help us in the long run this year. Added some new pieces, and so I'm excited about it. It's all ball from here. After today, I'll answer a few more questions about the contract, but after today, I'm not answering anymore because I'm not negotiating anymore. It's disappointing. I'm not the first one to go through it like this. This is kind of historically how they've done negotiations, which is disappointing when you think you're a cornerstone of the franchise to be treated like that. But disappointing. I know I'm no dummy. I know the contract and salary cap, what's going on. Franchise tag isn't exactly in play for them. There'd be a lot of dead money. So it is what it is. And like I said, unfortunate, but I'm excited. I'm in the best shape I've ever been in a really good place. And I'm feeling really confident with the staff that Todd's put together, that we're going to have a really, really good team. I mean, obviously, yes. But I've been on the other side of the nasty business that is the NFL. And so, I have hope, but expecting and hoping is two different things. And so, I hope so. But all I can control is how I play this year.
So there you go. That's Baker Mayfield. That's what he had to say. Bucs fans, what do you think of these comments as he literally threw the Tampa Bay Buccaneers underneath the bus? Did you like that? Do you think this is a distraction? He said it's all about ball, but what we've heard here the last couple of days, it's more than just ball at this point. This from Adam Schefter in care of our friends there from Joe Bucs fan. A rather uncomfortable situation, you don't say. Mayfield is within his right to say, I don't like this offer, but to call the offer disrespectful, you judge for yourself. The Bucs essentially offered a 2-year extension averaging over $50 million a year. Now, at the time, the report was from Jeremy Fowler that the Bucs were not even close to that. But of course, they did offer, according to various reports. And again, it's not just one, there's multiple. That's how journalism works. You get multiple sources and then you go with it. Over $50 million a year. And the total money in the 3 years would have put him in the top 5 quarterbacks in the game. But I don't think he liked the length of the deal. I don't think that he liked it. It was a 2-year extension that would contractually tied him to 3 years. The money in his mind was off and he felt disrespected. So Baker was insulted. We heard from him. The Buccaneers, I think, were disappointed with the way everything went down and what he said, and it creates a rather uncomfortable situation for everybody. So there you go, Bucs fans. What do you think? Was it the right move that the Bucs only offer 2 years, $50 million? I'll put this out there right now. If he's your franchise quarterback, which we've heard from Jason Light this offseason, we've heard from Coach Bowles, we've heard from the Glazers that he is a franchise quarterback. Why are you trying to pay him only 2 years? And I want to tell you why you're doing it. This is a foreshadowing of things to possibly come. If you sign him to a 2-year contract, you're essentially saying this: whether he balls out or not, you're drafting a quarterback in 2027. Baker knows this. He knows how this works. This is what it looks like. This is what it seems like. If it doesn't work out with Baker, they still have him under a 1-year contract. He can mentor the young guy. That's what I get out of it. So getting a 3 or 4-year deal at this point assures him not only job security for his family and himself, but also the risk of the Bucs drafting a quarterback and having him mentor that young quarterback. Those are my thoughts. What are your thoughts? 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. Listen, I've looked at the quarterback class. I've done some studying. It's special. I'm not going to get wrong about that, right? It's special. But looking at the Bucs history, looking at them drafting a quarterback, why do you mess with the good thing? I get it. Baker has his faults. And I get it. The second half of the year wasn't great. It wasn't his best. But it is kind of disrespectful to say somebody's a franchise quarterback and then sign him to only a 2-year extension at the end of the day. All right, let's go out to the phone lines, ask for phone calls, get phone calls. We're live here on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, LinkedIn Live. I'll try to be professional. I said I'll try. TikTok, other platforms, Instagram Live. Let's go out to it. What's your name? Where are you calling from? You're on the Evolution.
Thank you for wasting my time. Goodbye forever, man.
Well, there you go. Sun double A. Love it, man. Love it. What's up,
Happy
man?
Monday.
Happy Monday to you, buddy.
Hey, taking a quote from famous Apollo 13, Tampa Bay, we have a problem. I just don't like them airing their dirty laundry on the public like that.
Agree.
My grandmother used to say, if you have nothing nice to say, don't say it at all.
Mm-hmm.
So criticize in private, praise in public. I want to share you 3 quotes, though, because I was walking around here in the beautiful Valley of the Sun talking to Cardinal fans. I had my Tampa Bay Buccaneer hat on.
Mm-hmm.
These are 3 quotes that I got. I don't even know these people. They just came up to me. They saw my Bucs hat. They said, hey, what's going on with Baker Mayfield? Are they going to take care of him? I don't know. Second quote, hey, don't get rid of Baker. Pay him what he wants. I'm not making this up. These are just random Cardinal fans. Third quote, hey, if you don't want Baker, man, we'll take him over our buddy Minshew and the other guy, and then the kid from Miami.
Right, Jacoby
So,
Brissett. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's 2,000 miles away. People know how good Baker is.
Yes.
And they're saying, man, take care of him. These are just random Cardinal fans. Are like, they're basically jealous and envious. They know how good Baker is. So see him saying, it was an insult that they're saying, we're only going to give you 2 years. We're not really respecting you. We don't really think you're the future of our franchise.
Right.
What he's done in the last 3 years, I mean, really the stats from passing yards and passing TDs, he's in the top 5.
Oh, correct.
So yeah, he could say, I want 3 years. I want 3 years, 150 or 160 million.
Right.
But they wouldn't give it to him. So I really hope they take care of business. Again, a lot of people outside the Tampa Bay bubble know how important and how valuable Baker is.
Right.
There's a lot of jealous fans, Jets fans, Cardinals fans, Giants fans.
Of course.
That would love to have Baker Mayfield.
He's got value. Everybody thinking he's
Absolutely.
some slouch or some bum or he's mediocre. I've heard he's mediocre.
Right.
He's mid. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm talking to Bucs fans. Like, where do you get off? Like you don't even.
I told
You've got a good quarterback the last 3 years. Where do you get off saying somebody's mid because you don't like them personally? Look at the numbers. He's outplaying Josh Allen the last 3 years.
Has. From a passing perspective, yes, he has. Now, from an overall, I'm going to go on record. Look, if I had to take the best quarterback as far as dual threat capabilities, age, durability, I would take Josh Allen and Caleb Williams probably over Baker and a lot of other quarterbacks.
Sure.
But for what Baker did as far as running the offense and from passing ability and efficiency, yeah, he's in a top 5, top 10 all day. And he was more value than goofball Dak Prescott and your buddy Justin Herbert and probably Sunshine too. So
how many
as far
years
as
has
they're
Baker
getting paid
Mayfield
$60
had a
million.
consistent offensive coordinator during his career with the Bucs?
Right.
0.
He got the 3.
0.
I want to ask you, can I throw one more question at you?
Go for it, and then we got to
Do you
run.
feel, real quick, ESPN was talking about this. They are basically saying Baker Mayfield, that was the 2024 year. A lot of it had to do with our boy out in Duval now, Liam, right?
Right.
So they're basically saying it was Liam that made Baker. How do you feel about that?
I mean, I think he's definitely play calling wise. Yeah, that's the reason
Yeah.
why he's a head coach in the league. Duh. I mean, it's
Absolutely,
Captain
duh.
Obvious at this point. But you know what else?
Yeah.
What was a great thing? The offensive line was healthy. You know, for the
Right.
majority of the year, the
And
weapons
Mike.
were healthy. And even then, when Evans missed some time, Godwin missed the majority of the year. Baker was able to, make Jalen McMillan. He had the majority of his weapons. He also had a
Healthy.
running game, which a lot of people go,
Yes.
running game's not a big deal. Running game is a big deal for this offense. You know why? Because it takes the pressure. It makes, the
Absolutely.
defenses account for another
Right.
aspect of this offense, which was missing last year. Why? Because your offensive
Absolutely.
line was, and I know everybody's saying, well, it's an excuse. It's not an excuse, man. You if you're missing most
Right.
of your offensive line and you're missing
Right.
most of your running back room, and it affects your running
Yes.
game, and you go from a top 10 rushing attack to mid-20s at the end of the day, what are we talking about? Of course it's going to affect your offense, along with every freaking thing
With a
else
horrible
that's not
defense,
talked
too.
about. And somebody
Well, when
asked
your
about
defense
top
is
bowls.
giving
I'm
up
going to
chunk
get to that in a
yardage and-
moment.
Right.
I'm going to
It's
get to that in a
horrible.
moment. Yeah. All right.
So I'm going to call back on Wednesday. We got to talk about SummerSlam. It was pretty amazing. KO coming back and Obafemi. We'll talk about it Wednesday.
Well,
It
you
was
can
an
call
amazing
back if
event.
you want to use the second call. You can call back.
Maybe
and
I'll
we can-
call it later tonight. But
All right.
hey, great job tonight.
Thank you.
Cam, starting Thursday. Watch the Thursday game because you're probably going to see that Miami kid play a lot of reps. It's going to be Carolina and Arizona Thursday night.
Yeah.
Hall of Fame. So
Yeah.
watch that Miami kid. See how he does.
All right.
I'll try to call back tonight. If not, I'll talk to you Wednesday. Thanks
All right,
for wasting
man.
my time. Goodbye forever.
I appreciate you. Let's go out
Thank you,
to
buddy.
yes, sir. Let's go out to Frankie from Wisconsin. Frankie, the Hill Mark. What's on your mind? Welcome to the Evolution.
What is going on, my guy?
You tell me, my friend. You tell
doing?
me. I'm doing good, buddy. I'm doing good. You doing good?
Oh man, I'm just saying, I in hindsight, I kind of wish we would have cashed in and got Drake May back then. But it is what it is. You can't have a quarterback that is your face of the team making vocal comments like that. You just can't. But then again, if you're going to claim him to be the face of the team, you can't give him a slap in the face like that either.
Thank you. That's fair. I agree with you on that. Did I like the comments? The comments were uncomfortable. Of course they're uncomfortable. I think probably the locker room respected him for that, but of course the organization doesn't necessarily like the dirty laundry out there. That's not necessarily what you want. And then again, you see Baker's point when he's a franchise quarterback and you're only giving him a 2-year deal, whether it's $50 million or not, you could see where he's thinking that possibly the next Drake May, the next rookie quarterback that he's going to mentor. If he's your franchise quarterback, you invest in your franchise quarterback. He wants to be here. He said he wants to be the quarterback of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. How many fans can sit here and say players actually want to be Tampa Bay Buccaneers for the long term, especially when it comes to the quarterback situation, besides maybe Tom Brady or Brad Johnson? There's not many. It's few and far between at the end of the day. It really is.
Like Tom Brady wanted to come here, but let's be fair. Tom Brady coming here, we literally had a team if drafted. We just needed a quarterback. Let's be fair. We had Mike Evans. We had Chris Godwin. The offense was there. We just needed a quarterback.
But the point is that there's not many quarterbacks that wanted to be here, and Bucs fans are saying, well, we can get anybody, that we want to. And it's like, well, wait a minute. Did you forget your history? Did you forget, what he's done in the last 3 years? I mean, he's not a slouch. He's 27-24. He's led this team to NFC South titles. He's won critical games when he's needed to. He's won critical games at Green Bay, thrown for a perfect game. He's won a critical game at Atlanta. He's absolutely beat the brakes off the Philadelphia Eagles. Cry, Eagles, cry. I love when he did that at Raymond James Stadium, and people somehow forget about all that because they want to bring up turnovers, which I get it. It's a problem. Injuries, definitely, especially the second half of the year. It's with this Bucs fan base, a lot of it is, what have you done for me lately? And then furthermore, it's kind of the organization now. They're looking at it too. It's not a good look overall. It's not a good optic. If he's your franchise quarterback, he's a franchise quarterback. If he's not, he's a bridge quarterback. Move on. You should have moved on in the offseason. You should have fired everybody. You should have fired Todd Bowles. You should have got rid of Baker Mayfield if you wanted to start over again, if you want to do some nonsense. If you want this guy to be your franchise quarterback, pay him like he wants to be a franchise quarterback. Enough said. What else, Frank?
Well, right now, I just want y'all to put some money in the offering plate for Reverend Peter Blake as he just preached an amazing sermon for us here today.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that, as always, Frankie. All right, man. Anything else here on the Evolution?
Man, no, that's it. SummerSlam was awesome, was it not?
It was awesome. The
Every
first
time
night,
we thought they were going to go left, they went right. It was like, whoa, best SummerSlam I've seen in years.
I don't know about that. I think the first night sucked. I think the second night was all right. Frankie, I got to run, man. I appreciate you as always. Here's your second call. All right, let's go out to the phone lines. What's your name? Where are you calling from? You're on the Evolution.
Hey, what's going on, man? This is Rubio.
Rubio, what's up, buddy? How you doing?
Hey, good, man. Good. You know, I've been watching and listening what's going on right now with the with Tampa. But yeah, I mean, I get it. Baker wants to get all this money, but you know, at the end of the day, we got to look at the facts here too. You know, I know what they're looking for I don't think they're looking for a long-term quarterback that is 31 years old. I think that has a lot to do with him, being what do you call it? He's played good football, but like I said, he lost it for us last year.
He did?
I mean, not lost it, but I mean, we lost 6 games last year that were crucial. That we actually let the Saints and the Cardinals or the Panthers decide for us to go into the playoffs. You know that right there put a sour taste in my mouth with Baker Mayfield.
So no defense at all? The defense was not culpable for that at all?
Oh, I mean, they are too. Don't get me wrong. They are as well. But like I said, I mean, I love Baker. Don't get me wrong. I'm a Baker fan. I love him to death. But, I mean, honestly, I just don't know, what's going to happen with Baker. If we're going to keep him or we're going to let him go, I don't know what's going on. And now that, it's up for grabs now, I guess.
Do you have a problem with the Glazers? Do you have the problem with the Glazers and the Bucs offering him only a 2-year contract, or do you think that's the right move?
I think the salary. I think they're trying to keep I think that's a good deal. I thought it was a great deal for him, but again, you're right. He has done a lot of things for us in the last couple of years. But again, are we looking at the past or are we looking to see what's going on in the future? For me, it's like this. It's like you going to my business and telling me, hey, I'm going to give you a 90-day review, but in 20 days, you're telling me that I need to pay you more money because you've done this much. You haven't even finished the 3 years or the years of your contract. Wait until you finish the years. Let's see what you do this year, and then we can talk. But like he said, either if he gets better, he's going to ask for way more money. We all know that. Mm-hmm. But what if it doesn't?
Well, then if it doesn't, then you cut your losses and you draft a rookie quarterback and maybe you go.
So then what do the Bucs? What are the owners thinking? Now instead of spending all our money on this, now we can go find something a little bit better and let's rebuild it again.
I mean, it is what it is, right? I mean, a lot of people want to see that rebuild. I mean, if it doesn't go well in 2026, then, all bets are off that the majority of, Todd Bowles' coaching staff, everybody's over.
Yeah, I mean, that's a whole different ballgame there. I mean, right now, there's a lot going on in Tampa right now.
There is. And of course,
there's a lot of pieces that are missing and a lot of pieces that are new. We don't know what's going to happen. Hopefully Bain steps up and kills it this year. I hope Baker steps up and kills it. And if he is asking for that money, it's going to be his decision. Like he said, he raised his kids here. He's got his family in Tampa. He loves Tampa. But is the money going to move him like it did Mike Evans, who, by the way, just got hurt, I heard. So
Yep.
I don't know what's going on with that.
Quad strain. Mike Evans is hurt. Breaking news. Todd Bowles is still your coach, and Mike Evans is hurt and water is wet. And if that's petty, I'm sorry. I told you guys that there was a reason why this offense could actually be better. I love Mike Evans, but Mike Evans is 32 years old. He's not going to get better with age.
Absolutely.
Father Time is undefeated. Let me ask you this. Now, you threw it out there, Rubio, and I love it. I love the participation. Don't be a stranger here on the Evolution. But let's say you were a top employee and you were told that you're top notch, and then all of a sudden people at your job are saying, you know what? You're really, I want a raise because I am top notch and I deserve to be paid. Like,
I would take account of, I'm glad you asked that. But by the way, if I am a top notch guy, just because somebody's telling me I'm top notch, that 90-day review, when it comes in, I'm going to find out if I did all my work. Yeah, I might have been good here, but it doesn't necessarily mean that I was good on the other side. So that's where the balance comes in. Now, if Baker comes back and says, hey, boss, I just did this and I made this. I got you the trophy. I was MVP, or maybe not even MVP. Who cares about that? But if he takes us to the promised land and says, hey, I got you guys a trophy. Oh, by all means, we got to pay Baker.
Yeah. Well, listen, I got some trolls here I got to deal with, man, but I appreciate the
Love your show, man. I love the sports web. I want to say, hey, what's up to my boy Sean with the Leatherhead best tailgates when we go to on Sundays. So you guys better get out there, check it out. It's fucking awesome.
Love it, man. I love it. Later, man. Good stuff. Good stuff, Rubio. Appreciate it. Open phone line, 727-255-0391 and 727-255-0391. Facebook stars are open. YouTube super chats. I guess TikTok has diamonds or roses or whatever the heck it is. Instagram has nothing at this point. Thank you, Instagram, for absolutely nothing. But we're live tonight on all these platforms, including LinkedIn Live. And again, Twitter. Let's go out to the comments here. Again, the question for the night: what did you think of Baker's comments? Long drive there. Update the score. It is now 7-1 Tampa Bay over Colorado as they give up a home run. As I'm going to go out and read out the comments, but I'm not going to be able to read the comments because I'm going to go out to the phone lines. Alex, a banner day for your Tampa Bay Rays, but we've got to start out with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and then you can go in the Rays. Go ahead, in fact, you know what? Give me a second call about the Rays. Let's talk Bucs first. Go ahead, my friend.
Yeah, so, man, what a wild week. There were some things that were said from Baker that I think a lot of people are maybe a little shocked. But, hey, I'm just confused on the direction of this organization right now, to be honest with you. I get they paid him. I get it. They paid him at the end of the day. He signed a contract, and that's what you're supposed to do, supposed to follow your contract. The worst that's going to happen is they're going to franchise tag him. I believe that's how that works in the next season if they don't get a deal.
Right.
But as a Bucs fan, as a Baker fan, this is it's not a good look on the Blazers.
No, it's not a good look. I don't think it's a good look at all. I think it looks bad. If he's a franchise quarterback, commit to your franchise quarterback. If not, don't. This is like, and I always go back to this, and maybe this is simplistic on my part, and I shouldn't do this, but I kind of relate relationships to sports, right? If she's the one, okay, and I always tell, if she's going to be the one, she's your franchise quarterback. You know why she's your franchise quarterback? Because you build around your franchise quarterback. You make sure that your franchise quarterback is comfortable. You make sure that she wants to be with you. You do everything that is eternally possible to make her feel right.
Now here's my issue, Peter. Here's my issue, okay?
Well, let me go back to this now. Let me go ahead and let me cook here. Okay? Now I'm saying, this is how I feel. This is how I feel about relationships. This is how I feel you should treat a franchise quarterback in the NFL. You give that quarterback every opportunity to be successful, whether it's putting a wide receiver complement around him, putting running backs around him, putting an offensive line around him, putting a defense. Can we sit here and honestly say that Baker Mayfield has been treated like a freaking franchise quarterback by this Tampa Bay Buccaneer team? No. You know why? Multiple offensive coordinators, injuries to the offensive line, injuries to the wide receivers. If you're doing everything you need to do to make sure this guy is successful in his Buck tender, You have to do more than this. And a 2-year contract is a smack in the face. Just my opinion. Go ahead.
Now, my issue with it is I don't know if I'm more disappointed in I guess the Glazers than I am disappointed in the fans. Man, I don't think the fans are really understanding and grasping the numbers that he's putting up with what he's having to deal with. I just don't think people are grasping the whole situation. And I also don't think that people are grasping the whole situation that I promise you for all you Bucs fans out there saying that Baker ain't worth $50 million, you're dumb as hell. And I'm saying that live on the sports web. You are dumb as hell to sit there and say that man has not put up good enough numbers through everything and the adversity that he's had to go through with new offensive coordinators. He didn't even have a freaking offensive line last year, for God's sake. Listen, $50 million? He's not worth $50 million? Do you know what Dak Prescott got paid for?
I mean, anybody saying the quarterbacks in front of him, Baker needs to win a Super Bowl first. The majority of the quarterbacks that are paid in front of Baker have not won a Super Bowl besides maybe Patrick Mahomes and Jalen Hurts. That's it. Every other quarterback, you're paying off potential. So anybody saying win a Super Bowl first, win some playoff games, that's not the market. The market is out there, okay? That's how the market is.
I want to add one.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I'll get out of here, I promise.
Go ahead.
I promise you, if Bucs would have won one more game last year and the Bucs got into the playoffs, I promise you these contract extensions that all these fans are complaining about, the Baker don't deserve it. You bet me my entire salary for a year that if the Bucs would have won one more game and got to the playoffs, they would not, even won a couple playoff games, they would be gladly say, tell them to write that check. Listen, y'all are biased. Some of y'all fans are biased as hell. And some of y'all fans have no clue what you're going to be into if you let number 6 walk out that door. Because I promise you let number 6 walk out that door, you name me, I'm going to say it 100 more times, and I don't care who's listening. Name me a better quarterback out there that's going to be able to come in here and replace what Baker is doing with what he's having to work with. I promise you, there ain't one. So, hey, listen, man, I'm disappointed to see the things that the Glazers are doing. I don't know, but I know one thing. This is about money. I heard a rumor that I said I don't know how true this is, but I heard that the owners are in some trouble. Manchester United, which is their main company, they own it. You guys all may know.
Yeah, they
don't I heard they're in some trouble. So I really believe this is about the money. Listen, Peter, I know you love Todd Bowles, but I'm gonna say something that you ain't gonna like. I promise you, any normal NFL team would have just paid the contract out. You just failed after starting 6-2. You still failed. Any normal organization would have cut the ties, paid the check, and have a good day and reset this franchise, because this franchise is not in a reset type of thing right now. You got a good structure. You got a good offense. You got a good offensive line. You got now what people also don't forget, I want to add this and then I'll get out of here. What people also forget to add in is, guys, Baker ain't worth $50 million a year. I promise you, if we had a defense last year and we won just one more game than when we lost on those last 6 games, people are going to go back to Baker's interceptions and blah, 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 blah. Nonsense. Just nonsense excuses. The reality of it, the Bucs were in shambles at the end of last season. Didn't have an offensive line. Baker was hurt. I'm not excusing Baker. At the end of the day, Sure, he did have some interceptions. Right. He did have some issues on the field. But at the end of the day, in today's market, Baker Mayfield is every worth $50 million a year. But I promise you, Peter, I'm going to say this right now. These fans got no clue what it's going to look like when
Well,
with Baker walking out that door.
let's not speak that into existence, Alex. Appreciate the call as
Hey,
always.
hey, just real quick, I'll let you go.
I know you want to talk Rays, but use that second call.
Junior Caminero just hit his second home run as I'm talking to you tonight. He's balling out.
32 home runs.
The Rays are up 8-1 against the Rockies. If I get some time later, I'll talk some Rays.
Please
but
do.
hey, listen,
Wow.
I love the Bucs. No matter what happens with the Bucs, I'm going to always be a diehard Bucs fan. But man, I'm disappointed in what looks to be a bad direction of this organization. But
all right,
hey,
Alex, appreciate you.
keep up the good work. I'll call back later on.
All right, good stuff. Let's go out to, I believe this is Trevor.
How's it going, Peter?
What's going on, Trevor? I see you Brightside Broadway. Hold up. I'll get to you in just a moment. Let me go out to Trevor. Trevor, what's on your mind? What did you think of Baker Mayfield? His comments, throwing the Bucs underneath the bus here. Did you appreciate it? Did you like it? Do you think there's distractions? Do you think this motivates Baker? Do you like where the Bucs stand on this, only paying him a 2-year contract at this point? Did they disrespect Baker? Go ahead. Have at it, my friend.
I can understand Baker's frustration.
Okay.
You know what I mean? 2 years when Baker's 31, if I'm not mistaken.
31. Yes, he's 31
Right.
years old. Yes, going on 131. We all are at this point.
So obviously he wants to play longer, and he believes in himself, and he believes that he can perform at a high level for a lot longer than 2 years. So from that standpoint, I do understand the frustration. However, I mean, he still has to, I feel like he probably shouldn't have worded it like that. He probably should just kept those comments to himself.
Right.
That's how, bad blood within the organization could potentially happen.
Right.
And then personal feelings get involved in the overall goal is to win.
Right.
Because, you've seen that happen in sports before. I mean, hell, even like you look at the Lakers in the early 2000s, like Kobe and Shaq, they hated each other, but God, they were great together. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But they had personal issues off the court.
Destroyed the dynasty. Destroyed it. Completely destroyed it. Yeah.
They probably could have had 5 championships in that era. You know what I mean? Versus the 3.
Yeah.
So from that standpoint, I'm not saying that's going to happen with us. I think like cooler heads will prevail, but I think it would be in his best interest to just have those conversations behind closed doors. You know what I mean? Like hash it out behind closed doors. It don't have to be publicly. We all know that you're frustrated. You know what I mean? You made your voice heard. We know you want to be paid, and that's understandable. But I also understand from the Buccaneers standpoint too. I mean, it's a business, Peter. Bottom line,
is this good business by them? Is this good business by saying a guy's a franchise quarterback, and then him playing through injury? I brought this up. How many injuries did he play through last year?
He played through a lot.
Don't the Bucs owe him
I'll give him
something?
That.
Don't they owe him maybe a contract extension that's longer than 2 years?
I think yes, they do. Okay, I'll admit that they do. But I also can understand, the concern from the management level. I mean, you got, the injuries, like you said, like he played through injuries, and that does show like you're tough, and we appreciate that.
Right.
But also injuries, is something to look at down the road too. You know what I mean? Like you look at Tua's situation.
Right.
I mean, the Miami Dolphins paid him all that money.
$99 million. I got 99 problems and a quarterback isn't one. Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? And
right.
so
when
you talk about injuries, and it's like, okay, does a organization look like, okay, yeah, he's played through injuries, but are we in such a rush to make a guy, the highest, well, not necessarily the highest paid, but one of the highest paid players in the league, if he's going to be hurt all the time? So I can almost understand, like, okay, let's just let this season play out. I think both sides have like legitimate concerns. I really do.
Well, and then on top of it, you don't know if Todd Bowles is going to be able to keep his job. You got the uncertainty on that. So you got uncertainty on a lot of things. I get it. I understand it. But with the one certainty, in my opinion, has been Baker Mayfield's play. No matter what's happened with this team, no matter how many injuries you've had, no matter how many changes of offensive coordinators you've had, he's played very consistent. He's led this team to not only a playoff win, but also division titles. And I know, again, I know it doesn't mean a lot to some Bucs fans, but it should. It really should. I mean, compared to quarterbacks, and I heard Winston, and I'm like, I love Winston when he came out, but the problem is he couldn't stop turning over the ball. Too many turnovers. And what did he ever lead the Bucs to? I get it. You got to have a defense. You got to have this. You got to have that. We talked about it, right? Dante Culpepper, I interviewed him. He said, I asked him, why are you so successful? And he said, because the organization around me was successful. They gave me every opportunity to be successful, right? They put a good coaching staff around me, good offensive coordinator, and I was able to sit there, and I had a defense, I had players around me, and it all matters. And people saying it's just on one player, that's unfair. I get it. That's the criticism for a quarterback. It's the win-loss record, and it's so stupid because we can go back and see how many games the defense cost you. Yes, we can go back to see how many games Baker cost you. We can also go back to see how many games special teams cost you, which nobody is talking about, which was completely atrocious last year. So it's all three phases of the game. It's not just one player. Yes, the quarterback gets a lot of pub. Yes, it gets a lot of publicity and everything like that. But also, the criticism sometimes a little bit unwarranted. You gotta keep a balance, right? It's my Libra scale. You got to keep a balance to that. And that balance is off right now when it comes to this fan base, just my opinion. All right. What else, Trev?
Well, I mean, everything you said is 1,000% correct, Peter. And I think it comes down to a few things. Number one, the biggest thing that I think a lot of people may be overlooking is the fact that Todd Bowles is in a contract year, right? I mean, he's in the hot seat. Let's just call it a spade a spade. They got rid of most of the coaching staff for a reason. They had to go in and basically redo the defense, bringing in all this new talent that we have. They've done that for a reason. They expect him to win. And I think part of that, I think Jason Light may potentially be in the hot seat too.
I think it's certainly true. I think it's certainly like, possible. Yeah.
Right. So when all those things are kind of like going on at one time, and then you got a quarterback that's, in a contract year, maybe the owners are saying, the Glazers are saying, hey, Jason, don't pull the trigger yet.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, let's see how this season plays out, because I'm not even so sure I want you here next year, meaning the Glazers telling Jason Light that. I don't know.
Yeah.
But the thing is this, if it goes bad and Jason Light is gone, Todd Bowles is gone, that means there's going to be a new GM, there's going to be a new head coach. And sometimes when you have a new GM and a new head coach, guess what? They want a new quarterback.
Of course they do.
Regardless,
they always want it. It's the stupidest thing, right? It's the Chicago Bears. They hold on to Matt Nagy for a year too long. They should have fired him instead of drafting Caleb Williams. Instead, you've got Caleb Williams learning Matt Nagy's system, and then all of a sudden you get Ben Johnson. No, if you want your guy, if you want the coach out of there, instead of putting the quarterback into another system, at the end of the day, fire the coach, clean house, and go with your quarterback and hire your guy when it comes to Ben Johnson. Trevor, appreciate the call as always. All right, my friend?
Yes, sir.
All right, use the second one if you want to. All right. I've been neglecting you guys a little bit, so I'm going to go out to the web heads here unless I get some more calls. The phone line is open, 727-255-0391 and 727-255-0391. Roger Greenberg there on YouTube. Appreciate it. YouTube Super Chats are open. If you like the content, give to the content here. Happy Monday, Peter, to all the Buccaneer fans. Happy Monday. Absolutely. Happy Monday to you.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go out to Brightside Bravo. You tried to call before. Hey, Peter. Hey to you.
Oh, yeah.
I love the theme song. I thought you would. What do you guys think of the theme song? You like it? Yes or no? Put the comments there in the box here. I almost said Bucs Latest on the sports web. It's a thing, it's becoming a thing now for me. The things I say on Bucs Latest now is kind of, transitioning over here to the sports web. It happens. Evening, Peter and everyone. That song is fire. Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Appreciate it. All right, let's go out to Brent. What's up, bro? What's up with you?
Oh, yeah.
Eric says, let's go Bucs. Let's go Bucs. Let's go Bucs.
Wait up, little boy. Wait up.
By the way, I don't know if you knew this. Breaking news. It is August 3rd. Todd Bowles is still your head coach.
It's exciting.
It is exciting. Let's go out to Brightside Broadway. Brightside, what's on your mind? Welcome to the Evolution here on a Monday night.
Hey, Peter, hope you're doing well.
Thank you, brother. What's on your mind, brother? How you doing?
I have always been and always will be a Baker Mayfield fan.
Okay.
I want to know, in your personal opinion, where he has taken on the whole team as a responsibility for all the positions he's supposed to be playing, apparently.
Well, that is definitely a quarterback's job, right? Quarterback gets
Yes.
the most pub. The quarterback gets the most criticism. I get that. That's where a lot of fans are at. You can't win with Baker. His record shows it. He's been a journeyman quarterback. I think it's unfair. I think it's very unfair because you're put into a situation with the Cleveland Browns where more times than not, you're going to fail. By the way, since Baker Mayfield has left, do they have a quarterback? The answer is no.
How about no?
And they probably would like Baker Mayfield back. Carolina Panthers, you're saying that didn't work out there. It's not a great organization in the first place. Not a lot of quarterbacks work there. It remains to be seen if Young can work out there and they can get that thing turned around. So you're talking about two garbage organizations. He goes to the Rams and now he goes to the Bucs, and he's been the most consistent and played well. And he's shown that leadership. And you can hear his teammates, and you had Cody Mauch that said the other day he feels like 100% that Baker Mayfield is a franchise quarterback. We've heard from Tristan.
Exactly my point.
Right. So, I mean, it's not me that's just saying it. It's not the Bucs coaches and the general manager and pundits. It's his teammates that are saying that. He galvanizes that locker room. He's a direct reflection of that locker room. And whether you liked what happened in the second half or not, and I get it, it wasn't a good deal. But you got to get over it. And you also got to look at the entire body of work, not just one aspect to fit your damn narrative. Go ahead.
Exactly. And what other thing I'm hearing is Baker Mayfield's fault that the offensive line was hurt.
Well, the offensive line was hurt. You had one started that had all the snaps last year. That was Graham Barton. Everybody else was hurt. Tristan Wirfs was hurt. Brent Brederson was hurt. Cody Mauch was out for the year. You had Luke Gedeke who missed some games. I mean, that doesn't help. Doesn't help your team.
Can I make a point here?
Go for it.
So when your offensive line is hurt, you cannot operate like you normally do. You have to adapt and adjust.
Correct. You're correct.
And he did not have the, excuse me, I know this is an unpopular opinion, but he did not have the backup in Teddy Bridgewater that he knew he would need. So he played while he was hurt.
I wish he wouldn't have. I really wish he wouldn't have played hurt because he ruined his value. And I know he gives the Bucs chance to win, but and that's on Jason Light. Jason Light has to, and he's rectified that situation with getting a Jake Browning who's has success in the National Football League, and picking up a Jalen Daniels. We'll see if he works out, undrafted guy at this point, but he definitely. And I wish Baker wouldn't have. And listen, there are quarterbacks around the league like Joe Burrow. Every year he got a big fat contract, and for the last couple of years he can't stay healthy and is not playing through the injury because he already got paid. You got Baker Mayfield playing through those injuries, and yet he's ruining his value. So I would just say,
my point is, we're not the ones in the locker room.
Oh, correct. I'm not in the locker room, and you're not in the locker room. Yes.
My last point is, if I'm your franchise quarterback, put a ring on it and do what you're talking about.
I love
it. Give him the years, give him the money, and let him play.
Broadway, when you had your significant other, and I know she supports you, you put a ring on it, right? You put a ring on it.
I've been married 21 years.
21 years,
and I put a ring on it.
That's right. You treated her like a franchise quarterback. You did everything you could to make sure it was successful, right?
Exactly.
Good. There you go. By the way, disclaimer, I'm still a single man, but I'm just throwing it out there. Brightside Broadway.
There's one out there for you, brother. You just got to find her.
We'll see, my friend. Appreciate the call as always.
Love you, brother.
Love you too, brother. All right. Good stuff there. I love the passion. See? He says put a ring on it. And how do you put a ring on it? You sign him to a longer than a 2-year contract extension if he's a franchise quarterback. If not, you're just dipping your toe in the pool at the end of the day. Oh, I gotta do no, we're gonna make this a franchise quarterback. He's gonna be a franchise quarterback going forward. Or no, you're gonna go with a bridge to nowhere. Usually what it is, a bridge to nowhere. And then you go and you get a rookie quarterback, and you got to go through the bumps, and you got to go through the bruises and all the mistakes all over again. My goodness. Let's do that again. I love when we do that. Let's go out to Curtis. Curtis, welcome to the Evolution.
Oh, what's up, Peter?
Am I on fire tonight or what, man? Am I on fire?
Yeah, you're on fire. You're always on fire, bro.
Man, you sound so excited here. You got to start this call over. Let's do this all over again.
No, I'm not going to start this call over. I'm going to tell you something.
Go for it.
And you know me.
Yeah.
I was not a huge Baker fan when he got here.
Correct.
I have grown to love this guy.
Okay.
I've watched the quarterback series on Netflix.
Right.
I've watched the fire. I've watched the passion.
Right.
Here's my issue.
Okay.
First year, prove it deal.
Mm.
$8 million.
Correct.
Next contract, $100 million, 3 years.
Correct.
2 more years, $100 million more dollars. That's 5 years, $200 million.
I get that. But then again, you look at it from Baker's standpoint of the 2-year deal. If he's your franchise quarterback going forward, what are you telling your quarterback when you're signing him to a 2-year deal?
But here's the thing, Peter. I'm going to say this. What he's not looking at is this. You take the money.
Uh-huh.
Because here's the thing. Baker is 31.
Correct.
He'd be 33, 34.
That's still young by quarterback standards, by the way.
Exactly. He'd be 34 by the time this contract is up.
Right.
And if he goes out there and he plays his ass off, they'd sign him again to another 2-3 year deal.
Unless they're drafting a rookie quarterback, which is certainly possible.
Unless and guess what? If he's out there winning games and still with all the fire and passion, there's no guarantee they're going to draft a rookie quarterback. Not when you have a 34-year-old quarterback. When quarterbacks are playing to be 40 years old. Kirk Cousins is almost 40 years old, and he freaking blows. I'm sorry. Now I'm getting passionate. Kirk Cousins sucks.
Right.
And this guy has made more money than anybody.
Well, he's got the age.
Listen, let me tell you something. If somebody paid me the kind of money that Kirk Cousins was made in the NFL, they could fart in my dinner tonight.
Wow.
You know how much money this guy? Do you know how much money Kirk Cousins has made?
He's made lots of money. I definitely know. He's got the age.
And what Baker doesn't. And what Baker listen. Baker, number one.
Yeah.
You're in a tax-free state.
True.
Number two, you're going to get all this publicity. You're going to make all this extra money doing commercials and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this guy already has State Farm commercials and all this. You're going to make a ton of money.
Right.
A ton of money. I can understand the years. But guess what? With you only signing a 2-year deal, a 2-year extension, you hold the keys in your hand. Because guess what? If you play well and the Bucs don't want to sign you, they don't give you what you want. Guess what? They have 2 options. They're going to either franchise you or they're going to let you go. And we know every year, the quarterback market, somebody's going to get paid. Somebody always gets overpaid.
Right.
Always.
I would just be worried if he gets out there in free agency because, again, you can franchise him. But like he said, you got what a play by the second baseman right there by Palacios. Grabbing play there.
I mean, it's nothing compared to my Red Sox sweeping the Dodgers this weekend.
Well, good for you. Good for you. And again, the
Oh,
Dodgers.
you know what? I knew you was gonna say that. I love you, brother.
The Dodgers are trying to ruin baseball with getting
Yes,
Scooble there.
They are. So what you're saying is they're the Yankees from the early 1900s.
They're worse.
They're
than
basically
that.
just paying every giant player
That's
in baseball.
Yes, Andrew Freeman.
I'm surprised they haven't stole Mike Trout from the Angels yet.
I'm surprised they haven't made that trade either. But clearly, after this, and the Rays are going all in because I think a lot of people just know after this season we're destined for a lockout. You're going to have a salary cap, and the reason you're going to have a salary cap is what the Dodgers have done. And listen, I appreciate what they've done, but it's an unfair advantage to teams like the Tampa Bay Rays, especially with no new stadium. This is the reason why you want a new stadium in the first place. You got to love this ownership and the moves they made.
And let me tell you what I love about the Rays.
Sure, go for it.
What I love about the Rays is okay. Thank you. Okay, honey. Thank you.
Love it.
That's what happens when you have a 7-year-old daughter who shares the same birthday as Peter Blake, October the 3rd.
Hey, that's a smart kid right there. It's a smart kid. That's a genius kid. And by the way, I'm going to tell you this: being a hip hop, DJ at the time, most of the great rappers are and hip hop artists are all Libras. Lil Wayne, Eminem. I mean, the list goes.
Young Jeezy. Yeah, it's a bunch of them.
It goes down the list. So, I'm just saying, if you think I'm great with my words, then thank you very much. That it runs. It's.
See, here's my.
It's what
going
being a
back
Libra
to
is all about.
The Baker.
Yes, go for it.
Here's going back to the Baker thing. Though, here's the thing. We've been watching the NFL for years.
Mm-hmm.
You have had people who have had terrible careers go out and have one good season,
right?
And they cash in for it.
Correct.
The list goes on. I remember, I just saw this on NFL Network the other day. Whoever the Lions signed, he had a good year. I think it's Dan Marino's backup one year, and the Lions signed him to a huge contract, and he was terrible.
Yeah.
I forgot what his name was, but I think it was Scott Mitchell.
Scott Mitchell from
Scott Mitchell
from the Miami Dolphins at the time, right?
From the Miami Dolphins at the time.
Yeah. There you go.
We've watched quarterbacks cash in.
Of course.
We watched Joe Flacco bet on himself.
Right.
And a lot of people weren't impressed with Joe Flacco. But you know what Joe Flacco did? He shut down the contract talks.
Won a Super Bowl.
He went out there, he played, and his team won a Super Bowl. And guess what Baltimore had to do? You were either going to pay him or you want to let him walk.
Postseason of Joe Flacco, and it rivals Joe Montana at the time, I believe. 13 touchdowns, 0 interceptions in the postseason. Tremendous.
Exactly.
Tremendous.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
We see it over and over again in the NFL.
Yeah.
Over and over again. And look, I love Baker. I don't want Baker to go anywhere.
Sure.
And guess what? Are we guaranteed to hit on a rookie quarterback? Absolutely not. Because here's the bad part, Bucs fans. We've never had a good rookie quarterback.
Yep. Even Jameis
We've
Winston
never had a good rookie quarterback to sign a second contract.
Yes.
Not one.
And you have
not Doug Williams,
yes.
Not Trent Dilfer, not Josh Freeman, not Jameis Winston, not nobody.
Yep. Not Benny Testaverde. Yep.
No, Steve DeBerg, Steve Young, nobody.
Right. And you have a quarterback who's been highly productive and is winning games for you. And I get it. He's got his faults and he wants to be the Tampa Bay franchise quarterback. And Bucs fans and the Bucs organization said,
my girl's friend is a Packers fan.
Okay.
And he tried to talk crap to me the other day about Baker.
Yeah.
I said, let me tell you something. Green Bay has to be the luckiest quarterback franchise in NFL history.
They're not lucky, my friend. It's skill. They know what they're doing. You get Brett Favre. You have Aaron Rodgers. You draft him. You sit him for a couple years. You let him develop instead of throwing him to the Wolves. That works out. You get rid of Brett Favre. You go with Aaron Rodgers, and then you know Aaron Rodgers.
But it's because they're being patient,
right?
And they're not trying to win now.
There's really,
I mean, the proof's in the pudding. Patrick
really
Mahomes sat behind Alex Smith,
right, for 1 year. There's not really that patience anymore. That's why you see so many quarterbacks.
But again, also Peter, and I'm sorry to cut you off.
Yeah,
these quarterbacks, we don't care about first round quarterbacks anymore. Josh Rosen, even though he was terrible,
oh my God,
was the 10th overall pick and got traded within a year.
Terrible. Yep, terrible. No,
I remember when Tennessee drafted Jake Locker, and I told my buddy, he was a Titans fan, I said, that's a terrible pick.
How about Will Levis, mayonnaise boy, and then they move on to Cam Ward? I mean, it's just that
Correct.
simple. I mean, it's just the way the quarterback and the way the NFL works. That's why
Kyler Murray has done nothing in there. Okay, Kyler Murray has had a couple game-winning touchdowns in Arizona. Other than that, what has he done for Arizona?
Nothing.
Steve, even I'm tired of people talking about him. I know he's got all the talent in the world. Justin Herbert has done nothing for the Chargers.
Nothing. Hasn't even won a playoff game at this point.
Nothing.
Baker Mayfield has won more playoff games than Justin Herbert. Yeah.
Baker Mayfield has won more playoff games than Dak Prescott.
Yes, and he's still not a franchise quarterback. Makes my point.
Exactly.
All right.
Dak Prescott is. I think Dak is like 2-6 or 2-7 in playoff games.
Horrible.
But he can get $60 million.
Yes.
So I understand where Baker's coming from. But again, if you go out there and you play the game, make them pay you.
Well, leave no doubt. Leave no doubt.
Make them pay you.
Absolutely. If he balls out this year and he's all about ball and he balls out, then you'll definitely have a case for it. Curtis, appreciate the call. Go Rays, and I'll let you go, and you can use the second call if you want to. All right?
All right, brother.
All right, brother. All right. I promise I'm going to read the comments now. I appreciate all the calls left and right. The question of the night, do you appreciate what Baker had to say? Did he go too far with throwing the Bucs under the proverbial bus, if you will? Were the Bucs right in offering him a 2-year contract, or should it be longer, in your opinion? 727-255-0391 and 727-255-0391. Cameron says, Peter, what's going on?
Oh, yeah.
Let's go out to Eric here. Raise up. Eric, hey, Peter Blake, thank you very much for tuning in, Eric. Todd Bowles scaring everyone away. Come on, guys. Again, this is not all on Todd Bowles. And I want to read this comment, and then we'll get back to the comments. Right? This from Gerald McCoy. He has something to say about Todd Bowles, and maybe you Bucs fans would not agree. But it's funny because we just mentioned this the other day. Like, every Bucs fan wants to blame Todd Bowles. I mean, it was so comical the other day. The reason why Vita Vea doesn't want to be with the Bucs anymore is because of Todd Bowles. No, it's because he actually wants to be with the Bucs. He wants to get paid. He wants to be with them. He likes the defense, but the contract negotiations have stalled. That's not on Todd Bowles. He actually wants to be with the team. Enough of the Todd Bowles nonsense. Everything's Todd Bowles' fault. It's ridiculous. And Gerald McCoy agrees. All y'all, Todd Bowles ain't this guy, and his defense haven't worked. People need a reality check. He said this on his X account. Since taking over as the DC in 2019, the defense has given up more points than we scored twice. In that span, we made the playoffs 5 out of the 7 years. Only 6 teams league-wide have done that since 2019. 5 teams that won a Super Bowl, and a lot of great defenses in that span. Only 5 winners. Since 2022, we rank 11th for total points given up. Only 2 out of the top 10 in points given up have won it all. So clearly winning is very difficult. Ain't all on TB. Y'all looking for somebody to blame. We lost players, injuries. A lot takes place over a 7-year span. But each year we give ourselves a chance. It took us 27 years to win a Super Bowl, another 18 years to win another. But now y'all somewhat impatient. Just keep cheering, believing in the guys. They're going to need it, but stop blaming TB for everything. Love you all. I agree. Like, far too much blame, too much hate. And I get it. He has his moments himself with the 3rd and 28 and the 4th and 14 and the zone schemes and not having enough passion and all this other stuff besides when he says this.
It's exciting!
Or this.
Yeah!
Or this.
We got the job, baby!
Hopefully he says a lot of that this year. But Bucs fans just don't like him. Doesn't matter what he does. Doesn't matter how many division titles. Just don't let Todd Bowles. Like, again, the defensive breakdown for the USA soccer team, Todd Bowles. The defensive breakdown for the Tampa Bay Lightning, Todd Bowles. Mike Evans leaving the Bucs, Todd Bowles. There's nothing been substantiated by that. You guys are just assuming. Okay? So there's a lot of other things you can blame it on. And you're blaming it on the quarterback. You've done that. You can blame it on Todd Bowles. You can do that. You can blame it on injuries. You can blame it on the alcohol. I need alcohol. A lot of the time, we're talking to you, some of you Bucs fans. Open phone line, 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. I don't even drink alcohol. I do like Jamie Foxx, though. I like him. I'm not a big drinker, though, you know? But goodness gracious, this has been one of the longest off seasons of all time when it comes to talking about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And I love talking Bucs football. In fact, I love it so much, I want you to like and subscribe to Bucs Latest here every day, daily Tampa Bay Buccaneer content at 11 a.m. on YouTube. You get 10 to 15 minutes or more of me pontificating. Leo Word, by the way, we got him coming back on Wednesday. That's a surprise.
Book him, Dano.
He will be on at 9:30. We will have Jason Powers on Sports Podcast at 9 o'clock. So it's Jason Powers. It's Leo Haggerty coming back to the evolution of Sports Talk Television. And if you want Bucs content every day, Fan Arts Network, we got you covered. 10 to 15 minutes. Make fun of me. Say whatever you want to behind my back. I won't read your comments until Friday. Some of you guys I will definitely troll. But again, daily Bucs content, Bucs Latest. That's your test, Bucs fans. Let's go out to it. Scott Broadway says, let's go Bucs. Let's go Bucs.
Wait up, little boy. Wait up.
Let's go Bucs. Let's go Bucs.
Fire the cannon.
How about those
them Bucs, baby?
How about those Bucs? First day and training camp. A lot of things coming out. Ruben Bain Jr. Oh, by the way, looks like the real deal. How about Ruben Bain Jr.?
Oh, you think darkness is your ally?
Hopefully it is this year. They need that jolt. They need a super villain edge rusher. The Bucs need that. You know, going back to it, right? The quarterback's not good. The Bucs are not good at drafting quarterbacks. They're not good at drafting edge rushers. Hopefully that stops a Ruben Bain Jr. And from all accounts, right now, he looks like the real deal there in training camp. Try to get out to Bucs training camp there next Sunday. All right. Thank you very much for the comment. Brandon Keeler says, Peter, how's it, man? Hope you're excited that even though it is preseason, the Hall of Fame game. Yeah, absolutely excited as much as Todd Bowles is.
It's exciting.
It is exciting because you got football. I'll probably watch probably a quarter and a half and then turn it off. But football is back, right? Whether it's great at this point, I don't know what the Rays are doing right now. Update the score 8-2, bottom of the sixth. Seymour giving up some runs there and giving up a triple with one out. So we'll keep you up to date on that score as the Rays did a lot of things today. We can talk about that if you want to. Abe Carter says, what's up, Peter? Go Bucs. Go Bucs.
Wait up, little boy. Wait up.
Go Bucs.
It's exciting.
Go Bucs.
Fire the cannon.
Go Bucs.
How about them Bucs, baby?
Go Bucs. All right, let's go out to Brandon Keeler right there. You know the old Southern saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. He's the best quarterback for the Bucs, and they don't respect him. Probably the best quarterback in that division by far. Care about Taylor Shuck. Shuck it out of here. I said Shuck. I didn't say the other word. He's not. I've been telling you that Baker's not a franchise quarterback at this point. All right, Brent. We went through it. Brandon says, Peter, do you think Todd is the issue? I think the issue is the fact that, you know, Todd is under the gun, right? He's under pressure. He's on the hot seat at this point. You know, maybe, again, the Bucs ownership looking at this and saying, if it doesn't work out, then we move on, and you move on from Baker. You draft a quarterback that another coach would want. I don't want to think that, but I definitely think that's in the back of everybody's mind especially with what happened the second half of the year. I think that's a fair point. Let's go out to Abe. I'm hoping they're compromising, offer him at least a 3-year deal, maybe 3 years, 160. I like the way you think. Abe, good stuff as always.
Oh, yeah.
One of the newest web heads here, Abe. I'll get out to TikTok. Lots of comments out there. You guys are trolling me there. I love that. Child of Israel. I told you, Peter Blake, that he wasn't going to get a contract. Joseph Collins, that the Bucs signed Baker to a 3 or 4 year deal. The new head coach will be stuck with him, and the Bucs have a bad year. Then Bowles gets fired. I would just say whoever, if it doesn't work out with Todd Bowles, whomever you're going to get as a coach, let them know. And I throw this out there. Let's just say it doesn't go well with Todd Bowles, right? And I don't want to speak that into existence. Let's throw it out there. Let's play the game, okay? But the offense takes off. Is Zach Robinson your next coach? Is that okay? You keep that continuity? Is Zach Robinson your next coach? What do you think about that scenario? Thinking about that instead of going with, the usual names there, Sean McDermott, Mike Tomlin. I definitely think Mike Tomlin would be on the list. But again, I don't want to go down that road. They haven't played a game yet. I have lots of optimism for this team. They have lots of talent. I think they can turn this thing around. I think they can win the NFC South. I think they can win more than 10 games. Again, that's the eternal optimist in me. On the phone line, 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. Child of Israel. The Buccaneers organization doesn't see him as a long-term future. Okay, maybe that changes, but that's a fact right now. So Baker can't overcome nothing. I mean, he's been able to overcome it. Has he not? Has he not been able to overcome it? Still one of the top quarterbacks in the league. Able to overcome it. Big game, James, Canada right there. What's up, Peter? We got to get you on the Evolution. Let's go out to Trevor using your second call. Welcome to the Evolution of Sports Talk Television on the Monday night, my friend. What's up?
Well, thanks for having me for a second, Tom.
Absolutely, my friend. Absolutely.
So I would say this is kind of like a weird year for Bucs. It's kind of like an election year, except for just our franchise.
Oh God, we're not going to talk. Let's not talk politics. But you're exactly right. That's how it's been. It's how it's been. I mean, it's been like you're on the side of Baker. You're on the side of the organization. You're on the side of the Bulls. You're ready to. That's how it's been. It's been that toxic. It's the Tampa toxic tribe when it comes to some Tampa Bay Buccaneer fans. I can't stand it. And people wonder why I got so much gray hair. It's because of that nonsense. And of course, watching this team throughout the years of, how sometimes they're up and down. Lately, they've been consistent. I like to keep the consistency here. We'll see if they can keep that consistency getting back to the playoffs in 2026. What else?
Yeah, I just think, honestly, I think this decision is coming from the Glazers. I don't know if it's necessarily Jason Light when it comes to Baker.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure that the Glazers had something to do probably with, all the defensive changes, getting rid of our offensive coordinator, special teams coordinator from last season.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure they may have not said, hey, get rid of all these guys, but they probably had a conversation with Jason like, hey, y'all need to make some changes before we have to step in and make some changes.
I think they made some changes in the offseason. Were they not more aggressive when it comes to, getting defense, stacking this defensive line? I think that has been the main key. You've seen that. And I think that's on Jason Light knows this the last couple of years. Has he really given Todd Bowles enough weapons defensively to really run his defense? And I think the answer would be no, unequivocally, because of what Light has been able to do this offseason with getting an Sean Robinson, with getting a Reuben Bain Jr., with, getting DeMonte Capehart and bringing back an Elijah Roberts. And they filled these positions and going out in linebacker and filling those positions and making the defense, upgrading the talent, which wasn't there the last 2 years, especially last year.
Absolutely. And now that the more that I think about this whole thing, Peter, I'm thinking about it from like the beginning of the offseason.
Mm-hmm.
I truly, in my honest opinion, I truly believe that the Glazers probably have more to do with it, particularly this year, more so than any season in recent history, because I think they look at the situation with Todd Bowles and they're like, hey, we like Baker, but we want to see how this season plays out.
Yeah.
When it comes to Todd, not just Baker, but Todd Bowles too. And I truly believe that they're probably influenced in that 2-year contract at this particular moment. More so saying like, hey, let's just see how this season plays out. If everything goes well, we're going to pay Baker. We're going to keep Todd Bowles. But if things don't go well, then we have, options to
all bets are off.
Move on from our head coach to see whoever the head coach would be, who he would want at the quarterback position. I truly believe it's bigger than like what most fans are thinking, even to include myself. Now that I just take a deep dive, because honestly, like I was pro Baker, like paying him. Like if this would have been me, I already told you, Peter, my offer would have been 5 years, $55 million a year. So that'd been 5 years, $275 million, $210 million guaranteed.
Wow. And
let's just lock them up and just like, hey Baker, we're tying a knot with you. But they don't see it that way. You know what I mean? And
they don't.
So, and the bottom line is this. I hate to say this, but they kind of do have the leverage. I mean, if they don't want to pay Baker right now, and even after this year, they don't want to give him a long-term extension. Guess what? They can place the franchise tag on him twice. So essentially, he could be here for 3 more seasons without a deal if we decide to keep him.
True.
And I don't think that's good. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
But I think the owners, they're using that leverage right now. They're exercising that leverage. Like, hey, we don't, we know Baker wants to get paid, but at the end of the day, we're the owners. If we want to pay him, we're going to pay him. If we don't want to pay him right now, we're not going to pay him. If we want to sit back and watch this thing play out this season, that's exactly what we're going to do. So I think the Glazers just are not going to, I guess, allow the media, the fans, to basically try to pressure them into doing anything that they don't want to do. I think they're in the mindset of like, let's just wait and see what happens. I truly believe that.
Certainly possible. And then it'll be on all on display this year, right? I mean, everything is on the line. I definitely think you're right. Todd Bowles is under pressure. Baker Mayfield's under pressure. This team is under pressure. Let's see if they can either feel the pressure, or as a former coach in John Gruden would say, apply the pressure. Trevor, appreciate the call as always. All right, my friend?
Yes, sir.
All right, open phone line, 727-255-0391 and 727-255-0391. Eric Hartnett, I know you tried to call in. Eric Moreno, I know you tried to call in. Call back here. Update on the score. Junior was up. Looked like he was trying to go for a 3rd home run, but looks like he's going to get an infield single. So 3 hits tonight, including 2 home runs for Junior Caminero. 32 home runs. Amazing season for that young man, as he is the face, beyond a shadow of a doubt, for this Tampa Bay Rays team. Rays 7-0. Let's go. Can we see a touchdown? It looks like you're going to get 9-2 now. Rays over Colorado, and he is safe. Junior at 3rd there. Again, top of the 7th there in Colorado against the Rockies. Money talks. He's a couple games over 500. Again, that quarterback record, is that indicative of him and his play, or is it the fact of what you have around him? Do you have a defense around him? Do you have an offense around him? Have you had multiple offensive coordinators? I know to some people that's an excuse, because, again, you're putting the onus on one player, but that's not fair. That's not fair, because if you're going to do that, you do the same thing with Josh Allen. Come on. But losing 6 last year threw that out the window. Brent says the caller doesn't know nothing. They added 2 Hall of Famers, Pro Bowl running back. Baker is a bridge quarterback, Peter. Ain't no other team looks at Baker as a franchise quarterback. I'm sorry. There are going to be quarterbacks, if he gets out there in free agency, if he's able to get out there, Pittsburgh would call, the Jets would call, Arizona would call, maybe Minnesota would call. That looks like a trap. Maybe it was a catch there by the Rockies outfielder as they're reviewing it right now. There are plenty of teams out there. Make no mistake about this. Stop thinking that it's just the Bucs. And reading that report from Mike Florio of Pro Football Talk was telling, because he was saying the Bucs feel like There's no other team out there that's willing to offer him the most money. And you know what? Maybe to a fault, that's not necessarily a good thing because they're taking him for granted, right? We talked about the relationship thing, right? You can't take her for granted. You can't take your quarterback for granted. You can't take your players for granted. See who got you to the dance. Open phone line, 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. Let's go out to Marco. Let's Baker Mayfield go back to his other team in Cleveland. I mean, why would you want that? They would welcome him with open arms. Are you serious? With the quarterback situation right now, with Deshaun Watson, who's done absolutely nothing with the Browns. Nothing. And I've heard he looks like absolute in training camp. But that's what you get for signing a quarterback to that big of a deal and moving on from a quarterback that gave you his heart and soul and played through injuries. Sean says, what's up, Elias? What's up, Peter? What's up, Sean? How you doing, man?
Oh, yeah.
Every year he's been here, the Bucs went on a 5 or 6 game losing streak. And every year he's been here, besides last year, they won the NFC South. I got you on that. Thanks. Buccaneers already drafted quarterback Jalen Daniels from Kansas State. That's Kansas, not Kansas State. He's a 6-year starter. A lot of potential. They like him. And it'll definitely be interesting to see if he wins that third quarterback role against Connor Bazelak there. But they like him. They talk a lot about him here. And Rays look like they're going to score again 10-2 Tampa Bay with a touchdown and field goal over the Denver Broncos there. 10-2 at Colorado. Got to love it. Drafting a quarterback doesn't mean it's a rebuild. It kind of does because you got a new coach. You've got a new offensive system. You've got new players. It kind of does mean it's a rebuild. It's a reset. And if you think, again, for every Drake May and New England situation that it's going to turn around in second or third year, it's not like that. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't. It doesn't work like that. I'm sorry. Mike is showing his age. He's been fragile over the last few years. Yeah, I mean, I love Mike Evans. Don't get me wrong. There's nothing against Mike Evans. But Father Time is undefeated. That's why I said this Bucs offense would be better without him. Love Evans, but look at the emerging talent. It's younger. It's fresher. If he didn't want to be here, fine, move on. Go to the San Francisco 49ers if you think you're better. Everybody's saying, oh, he's going to ball out. Can't stay healthy. Hasn't been able to stay healthy the last 2 years. That's a fact. That's not an opinion. That's not me coming on here and making some nonsense up. That's not nonsensical dribble like some of you Bucs fans are trying to throw at me. That's a fact. He hasn't been able to stay healthy the last 2 years. 727-255-0391 and 727-255-0391. I promise I'll get out to TikTok. There are lots of comments there. Love that. Sean says, thanks for the shout out. Let's go out to Sun Devil Dave. Brent, I thought you would be happy. I said Josh the Messiah Allen is the best quarterback in the game. Who are the 2 Hall of Famer running backs that you're referring to? Well, yeah, James Cook as a running back there. So that definitely would help Josh Allen in that offense because they were number 1 rushing attack. Where were the Bucs last year? In the 20s? That's not going to help. Jalen Daniels was a free agent pickup. Congratulations, child of Israel. They ain't going to pay Mayfield. We'll see. Davey, AB, Gronk, and Fournette. Are we talking about Tom Brady again? Come on, man. You already had a defense. Well, I'm not going down this road with you, Brent, on Tom Brady. You're not going to sit here and just act like, Tom Brady is not the greatest of all time. And what he did with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in 2020 wasn't amazing. Come on. They had a defense too. That's why he picked the Bucs in the first place. By the way, how long did it take to build that team up? What, about 5 or 6 years for Jason Light? To build that defense up, to build that level of talent up? How long did that take? That's what we're talking about here. You have some level of talent, but if you get a rookie quarterback, you know this all too well. Rookie quarterbacks don't translate to the National Football League, no matter how special. And it's a pretty special class in 2027. What's good, Peter says King Cook, go Bucs, go Bucs.
Wait up, little boy. Stop. Wait up.
Go Bucs.
It's exciting.
Go Bucs.
Fire the cannons.
Go Bucs.
How about them Bucs, baby?
Go Bucs. Good stuff there. Thank you very much. Crew Live. Thank you very much. What's up, Webheads? What's up with you? let him cook. I was trying to cook there. Absolutely. Can we talk about other players that are shining in camp tonight, please? Yes, Cook, please talk about it. Talk about what other players are shining. We talked about Reuben Bain Jr. Shining. We also talked about David Walker, who is definitely shined. And we heard from Todd Bowles and how he says that he's explosive and's got his speed back. I mean, if you want to talk about it, get on the phone lines, get into the comments here. I almost said get into them. I'm not going to say that, but get into the comments if you want to talk about it. Don't criticize me and tell me what I need to talk about on the show. If you want to talk about it, talk about it. Put it out there. My goodness. Let's go out to Sun Devil Dave. Brent, Gronk, Fournette, and AB were gone by 2023. Chris Cole, in my opinion, Baker wanted a 3 or 4 year deal, and it wasn't about money. I agree. F the numbers. What about same time situations? Go back and watch the Dolphins game because I did. That was a game that sealed our fate last season. It was also a game. There was also games that your defense didn't show up, but did he play well? No, he was dealing with multiple injuries. But again, that's not an excuse to you guys. It doesn't matter. If I say he had 8 injuries last year, you tell me he should have played through it. No, what he should have did is he should have sat down. He should have been like what the quarterback you wanted in the first place, which is Joe Burrow, who can't play through an injury, who, when he gets out of bed in the morning, will slip on a banana pill and get hurt. That's the quarterback that you want. That's the quarterback you deserve. He shouldn't play through the injuries at all. And for the Bucs, they should have been more responsible by getting him a decent backup, not named Teddy Bridgewater or Kyle Trask. 727-255-0391 and 727-255-0391. I wish he didn't play. I wish he didn't play through the injuries at all because I wouldn't have to hear what you have to say about his bad quarterback play in the second half. Franchise quarterbacks overcome those issues. I know they overcome 8 injuries. I just put out a quarterback and Joe Burrow, who's been hurt the last 2 years and won't play through an injury. And you got nothing to say, like always. Nothing. Offering absolutely nothing. Hey, this guy called. He says he knows you. What's his name? Nothing. They didn't. Let's go out to Child of Israel. If 6 walks out the door, the Buccaneers will be okay. Baker the Faker Mayfield. Ain't the end of the world. Okay. Stop acting like the Bucs stops at Baker. Please. He ain't that damn great. 95 touchdowns, 37 interceptions, but okay. Marco, nobody don't care about Baker Mayfield anymore. Let him walk out the door. He's not walking out the door. He's not getting traded. He's got a $59 million cap hit. It's same thing goes with Bucs fans. You guys want to blame Todd Bowles to the kingdom come, and then you want to say, get rid of Baker Mayfield, and you don't even understand the cap situation. Trade Baker Mayfield, $59 million down the drain. What are you talking about? Stupid stuff. Stupid. Oscar, what's up, Peter? What's up with you? King Cook, Baker has to be pissed he didn't get a contract to ball. Of course he's upset. Wouldn't you be upset? Put yourself in his shoes. You're known as the best, whatever you do, whatever. If you're a garbage man, if you're a vacuum clean salesman, if you sell shoes, you sell insurance, you sell cars. I don't know. You're a Walmart greeter, whatever the hell you are. If you're told you're great at your job, and then the other side saying that you only deserve this because you're most likely going to mentor somebody else, how would you feel about it? You won't do that. You won't put yourself in his shoes. You don't want to do that because it defeats your narrative. That's the problem with a lot of Bucs fans. You want your little narratives. You want your guys. You know, a lot of you guys are Jameis Winston fans, and it shows. It really shows because you've got some vindictiveness. You're so bitter that it didn't work out. So every quarterback that comes in a Bucs uniform is going to be a failure because you didn't get what you want. A lot of that. I know a lot of it. I know. Bucs have the second highest offensive payroll in the NFL. Players set on offense. That's where they're at. That's where they're at offensively. You got to have a quarterback to win in this league. You don't have a quarterback, you don't have nothing. Nothing. Again, who called? Nothing. He knows you. You better get out of here. I don't think so. Yankees on the comeback trail, baby. Let's go. Great. Awesome. Who cares? I think I care about the Yankees as much as I care about anything else.
That's good enough to suck right there.
Eric says, Junior, second home run today. Eric again, number 32, Peter Blake. Yes, Mr. Williams, Tampa Bay Buccaneers for life. Let's talk about Godwin, Walker, Ty Key, all looking good in camp. Let's move on from the Baker talk. People want to talk Baker. King, do you want to talk Baker? Do you want to talk something else? What else do you want to talk about? Call up. The phone line is open. I didn't restrict you guys. Put it in the box. 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. Oh, let's talk about this. Let's talk about that. Talk about it. Baker's worth $50 million if he's healthy. Would you risk $200 million on the line if he isn't 100%? Well, again, that's a good point. How do we do that? We alleviate the injuries. How do you do that? You stay healthy. You don't put him in those situations to throw the ball 40 or 50 times a game. You run the ball. You make the defense accountable. That's how you do the things. You get a competent offensive coordinator. I go back to this. How many times was Evans, Godwin, and Emeka Egbuka on the field together? 61 freaking times, which averaged 6.5 yards in the NFL, which led the NFL. Only 61 times. You tell me that is a competent offensive coordinator? Couldn't even figure out how to get those guys on the field together. Couldn't figure out how to use the strengths of the running game. And of course, he's a new offensive coordinator. The offensive line, you don't have any continuity there, but it doesn't matter. The San Francisco 49ers, they were able to overcome all those injuries. I mean, every team does that every year. Wrong. They don't. You're in La La Land if you think you can overcome all those injuries that the Bucs had last year. La La Land. Let's see. Baker Mayfield needs to go now. Vita Vea. Marco Fax. Okay. Well, Baker Mayfield's not going anywhere. He's still your quarterback and Todd Bowles is your coach. So sit back, Buttercup. Put your seatbelt on and enjoy the ride. Open phone line, 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. So sick of it, man. Sick of it. You're sick of me talking about Baker. I'm sick of you saying that Todd Bowles needs to be fired. He ain't being fired. He's your coach. Get used to it. Love it or leave it, right? Baker Mayfield's your quarterback, whether you like it or not, for another year. Maybe he won't play through injury. Maybe he get hurt, and then he'll sit down, and you can have a backup quarterback. And then you guys can bitch about how the backup quarterback didn't perform either. Bro, this has been going on with Baker since Cleveland. Well, I mean, he's not being put in a situation. We can talk. We can take that risk. I'm with the owners. Well, okay. If he comes out the first 3 games and looks like Baker, then give him what he's asking for. Donald, your quarterback cannot touch the organization. He is the leader of the team. Way too immature. I don't think he's immature. I think he was hurt by the process. I get in the comments weren't necessarily the best. Maybe that's what the owners needed, right? Maybe they needed a wake-up call here. I'm just saying. Again, if he's your franchise quarterback, why are you trying to sign him to 2 years? If he ain't your franchise quarterback, don't waste any time. Move on. In fact, do what a lot of the Bucs fans want you to do. Trade him away. Take the $59 million cap hit and call it a day. And then fire everybody else. And please, for the love of God, go back to having 5 to 10 years of losing crappy seasons. Go back and watch the Panthers game, Dolphins game, Saints game. Baker had all the weapons and couldn't generate nothing on offense and had multiple clean pockets to step up and throw. Look back at those games and see how your defense performed. See how many broken tackles they had. Look at your special teams and how poor they were. Why is this only on one player? I don't understand this. This is not how football works, King. It's not. And you know it. Baker is happy feet way too much. I can explain that. It's because the multiple offensive line, having one guy that started all year long, not having necessarily the confidence and feeling like he has to make plays in order for this offense to go, which worked in the first half, didn't work in the second half. Your quarterback cannot torch the organization. He's a leader. Well, he did. The team will go 9-8, 8-9. You're all going to want Baker to get $50 million. Listen, if they go 8-9 or 9-8, and they don't make the playoffs, you'll get everything you want. You'll get a new quarterback, you'll get a new coach, you'll get a new general manager, and you can sit here and bitch at me for the next 3 to 4 years and how they stink. Okay? 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. Give them what they want. Please, give them a dose of it. Give them a dose of losing. Give you a dose of reality. You guys, some of you guys need it. You guys need it. You guys are out of your mind. Let's not forget the pathetic final game. We had to sit there and watch the Saints and Panthers practically laughing at us, knowing they had a chance to knock us out of the playoffs. That's how bad things got. This was arguably the weakest division of football. That collapse shouldn't be ignored when evaluating the team of the quarterback. I get that. But is it all on the quarterback? Is that on coaching? Is that on defense? Or is it just on the quarterback? Because I thought NFL was a team game. I didn't know it was just, and by the way, they beat Carolina the last game of the season. I know it didn't mean anything to you guys, but few and far between. All they had to do was win one more game to win a division. But they won that game. Go Yankees. Come on, King. Talking about he feels disrespected. How we fans feel with all the picks and fumbles, overthrow that lost us a game. Got some nerve. Well, he feels that way. 6-2 to 2-7. He wants $50 million. Elias, I'm not saying Baker's a bad quarterback. He's done a lot in Tampa. My question is this. If he truly is the franchise quarterback, why is the front office only comfortable offering him a 2-year deal? I don't know. They're not comfortable, obviously. It answers your question. That tells me they're still evaluating whether to make a long-term commitment. Fair enough. You can't play through injury and play like stuff. Well, then I would say to him not to play through injury anymore. If I'm Baker Mayfield, don't play through injury. Don't put it all out there. What Bucs fans expect you to go for a 3rd and 10 or a 4th and 10. Go down and slide. And then you guys can talk about how he didn't try or didn't give his all. And then I could say, well, the reason why is because he wanted to protect his body. And he wanted to protect his investment. Because when he played through all those games last year injured, he ruined his value. None of this talk would have been coming from you guys if he would have played better the second half. And guess what? Dealing with 8 injuries is the reason why he played poor. So do we want to be like Cincinnati? I don't know. I don't know. Why does everyone keep saying if he plays good, but he's a franchise quarterback? Elias, Cousins' agent is the reason. Let's see. Iris Adams, agree. Broadway, 100% agree with Sun Devil Dave. Pay Vita and Baker. We never drafted a good outside pass rusher, yet they're still drafting in the first round. But there's a difference, though. You can get away with doing that and go into free agency. You can also do the same thing with quarterbacks. But I will say, again, there's a larger margin of bust when it comes to quarterbacks, Brent. Look it up and see how many quarterbacks the last 10 years have won Super Bowls. Vita doesn't even want to be here. He wants to be here. He just doesn't want to be under the terms that he's on. I wouldn't take Herbert right now over Baker, and yet he's paid over $50 million. The Cowboys are effing stupid. We're not. Vita should want to be here. Look at the potential around him. Agree. McCoy's the softest buck of all time. He was good, but soft. Broadway, I'm tired of fire the coach, fire the quarterback, because we would be the constant rebuild mode every year. Some of the fans were the general manager. Thank goodness you're not. Dante Nelson, I have a strong feeling Baker will not be with Tampa next year. Maybe that's the reason why he said what he said. Maybe he's out of here. You hear the comments of, well, they have the opportunity to franchise me, but they have a lot of dead money. He's right. It's $80 million total. Same. It's getting ridiculous. Scott, let them cook. King, everybody cares to talk about Baker and his contract. Why isn't anyone asked about Bowles and how he plans on not having these mid-season slumps? It's a fair point. Aloha all. Brent, I'm glad he doesn't make decisions for team $200 million 5 years. Are you still on here? I am on here. Brady had an awesome offensive line. He also had an awesome team around him. He's not the GOAT. You're insane. I'm just going to stop there. So let's just stop. Why Josh Allen didn't get the injury excuse when they lost. He does get the injury excuse. He also doesn't win. So to your point, if it's all on one player, he hasn't been able to beat Patrick Mahomes by himself. He hasn't been able to beat the Chiefs by himself. Or as a logical football fan, we say in the 13 seconds that Josh Allen put the offense on his back and led the Bills to a comeback and nearly a win, in 13 seconds, his defense couldn't stop a common cold. We won't say that, though. I want to say that. By the way, the defense has been better. The weapons have been better. And by the way, Josh Allen has had more consistency in his career than Baker Mayfield. But again, we're not keeping the same energy here on the Sports Web, are we? Oh, we are, because I'm holding you to that. All right. King Cook acting like Baker is getting us to the NFC Championship game. Evans took the injury bug with him to San Francisco because the wide receiver room has lots of injuries. Acting like Baker is getting us to the NFC Championship every year. Wins an NFC South. He wins the division. He wins some games. He wins critical games. You act like he's won you nothing. I heard the defense has been killing the offense. Are you still on the air? Yes, I'm on the air. Baker, Broadway. Baker is still my quarterback. Todd is still my coach. Bucs are my team regardless. Fire the cannons, but don't fire Todd or Baker. I like that.
Fire the cannons!
Because the quarterback gets the pause when we win, and he gets the scrutiny when we lose. You know this, Peter. I guess everyone but the great Baker gets all the damn excuses in the world. No, it's not. Alex, I'm going to call you back in a moment here. Let me go out to TikTok. They got lots of comments out there. I want to read those, and then I'll get back to you. Rays right now winning 10-2 over Colorado. Hold up, Alex. Trey, talk about a healthy Baker versus a banged-up Baker like the back half of the last season. Glaziers are shrewd. 2 years max, no certainty that Baker can stay healthy. Again, not just on Baker. That is on everybody else. Jeremiah, go ahead.
Yeah, Baker Mayfield and Brady. Do we need him?
Do you need him? You tell me. You called the show. You tell me if you need him. Do you think you need him?
I think they need to be. I think they need to be signed.
Re-signed. Okay. So you're
I
not.
think
You're
they
not.
deserve what they get.
You're not in the camp of getting rid of Baker Mayfield and enduring a $59 million cap hit. Is that correct?
I want them all to be signed.
Well, we'll see what they can figure out at this point. But at least you admit that you're not nonsensical at this juncture, and you want a $59 million cap hit. What else, Jeremiah?
I don't know. What else can they do?
Well, this is your call. What are you saying you don't know? What do you want to talk about tonight? Come on.
Well, how do you feel about Keontae Scott?
I love Keontae Scott. I love him. I think he is going to be very impressive. And thank you very much for the call here. Listen off air. Use the second call if you want to. There, Jeremiah. I like Keontae Scott. I think he's a chess piece. I think Todd Bowles can use him not only on the outside, but also the inside. We'll get back to that in a moment because there's a problem already with this Bucs team. And I have a big-time question mark. I have a big-time question. You know, when I have a question, I pose it to you guys. But I think Scott is definitely not one of those question marks. Ball hawk, I get it. He's a fourth-round pick, but he showed that he can make plays at the University of Miami. I think he's a perfect player for Todd Bowles. You're able to not only use him on the outside, but also the inside and use him in the slot, and he can make some plays and definitely give you some versatility. My problem is what has come out the other day. We'll switch gears. I'll get back to TikTok in just a moment here. Again, Facebook stars are open, YouTube super chats. This has been quiet night here. Come on. If you like the content, give to the content. Stop with the nonsense of giving me crickets. Benjamin Morrison already being hurt. That's not good. And it is not the same hamstring as it was last year. I have some major questions about Benjamin Morrison, who was drafted in the second round out of Notre Dame. Because right now you look at the competition when it comes to this back end. You have Zion McCollum on one side, who hopefully can avoid the boredom, his words, and avoid whatever was going on last year, because that wasn't good. That was not good. That's not a shutdown corner. Of course, it's all predicated on the pass rush making it better, but those corners got to do their thing. They got to do a lot better than what they did last year. And then you have on the other side, Jacob Parrish. He might be winning this competition on the outside by default because you have Morrison for a second straight year has a hamstring situation, which is just not good. And I really like the kid. And I thought that they got some value there. Second round, he was looked at as a top 15 selection, but what was the reason why he dropped in the first place in the second round? Couldn't stay on the field. What's the reason why the Bucs got rid of Jamel Dean to Pittsburgh? Couldn't stay on the field. What do we always say, Bucs fans, on the sports web? Best ability is availability. If you're not available, you can't win from the tub. Open phone line, 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. Go out to TikTok here. Lots of great comments. 32 degrees. Oh, my gosh. Listen to these fair weather fans. What is your problem with me, Dan? I love the way football fans talk bad about a player when they leave. The only thing I said was this offense will be better without Mike Evans. And one of the main factors of that was the fact that Father Time is undefeated and maybe he wouldn't be as effective as you thought he would be for the San Francisco 49ers. Let's go out to the phone lines. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, it's Rubio again. I know I've been here twice already, but I have just one question for you.
Go for it.
I don't see anybody ever asking you this, but I want to know exactly what do you think, since you're the analyst of all of this, you know more than we do sometimes. That's crazy how much you know.
Thank you.
What do you think should happen? What should we do? That's my question.
I think stability, right? It's all about stability with this franchise. Listen, you're bringing back Todd Bowles for a reason. A lot of people say money. I think in the back of their minds, being the Glazers, and I don't know how they think, but just watching, raise the flags there. Great job by Cooper, director Trent Cooper. We had him on this show. Hold off on the phone calls. Let me have my explanation here. You listen to the Glazers. Do you think they wanted to do what they did before in the past with hiring and firing coaches? So as much as, Bucs fans were just livid about what happened in the second half of the year. Hold off on the phone call. I promise I'll get to you. We'll finish up with Rubio and then I'll get out to this phone call. I promise. Stand by. Be patient with me. I think it was in the best interest to keep the continuity, keep the consistency. Yes, it would be easy to say.
So you're saying let's keep Baker and let's pay Baker.
Yeah, I think you got to pay Baker because he's worth it at this point. I don't know about, waiting. I don't know if that's necessarily a good thing. Maybe it works to their favor to where, Baker is like, he's got a chip on his shoulder. He's the most dangerous version of him. I think you got to pay him. I think it shows continuity. It shows consistency. You look around the National Football League with the great organizations. What's the difference, Rubio? The difference is
at the end of the day,
right.
I bleed when I bleed, I bleed Buccaneers. So whatever we do, I just hope it's the best decision we make for our team and our fans, and hopefully we can prove some of these fans wrong, like myself right now, about the feelings that I have for Baker.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping that at the end of the day, we're going to have a great season. I know that we've been playing in the worst division for a very long time, and we're trying to pay a guy a lot of money
right.
that can't even get us into the playoffs in the worst division, right? I don't want to get involved. I don't want to get into that too much. But all I'm saying is the Buccaneers just got to get it together, and let's hope that we get a great run this year because, like I said, we all feeling it. We're all family. Everybody that's listening to this right now is here because they're all passionate. We love this game. We love the Buccaneers. And I just hope it's for the better.
Rubio, don't be a stranger. You're exactly right. And what I was trying to make.
You're my brother.
Yes, you are my brother too. I'll see you on Wednesday night. All right, my friend?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Shout out to the Sports Web.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. All right.
Thank you.
Yes, let me get out to, thank you for using the second call. Open phone line, 727-255-0391. 0391 872-72550-391. Let me get out to this guy. Welcome to the Evolution. What's your name? Where you're calling from? You're on the sports web.
Hey, what's up, Peter?
Mr. Williams, how did I know it was you? You are very determined to talk to me tonight. So what's on your mind, my friend?
Hey, man. Shot run out.
Did you let me ask you, man? Did you like those comments from Baker Mayfield? Did you like those? Did you appreciate those? Did you like the realism, the reality?
He should have kept his comments in bag, you know what I'm saying? But I also feel him as a man and as a player that he had all the things he had to go through last year.
Right.
To keep the offense in line. Because we were dead last year, man. Our offense died. But the 2-year deal, I feel like it was kind of disrespectful.
Kind of? Yeah.
I do. Yeah. Because if they think about letting him walk, we in trouble.
Well, I don't think you have an option at this point. You know, who's your option?
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting. Well, you don't have it right now. I mean, that may change, but I look at a guy that's consistent and has been able to win some games. Again, he has his faults. He definitely turns over the ball. He definitely gets hurt. He puts himself in harm's way. He needs to. He's reckless. He's very reckless. And he needs to.
But he played through everything.
Plays his ass off, does he not, Mr. Williams?
Yeah. Yes, he do. He gave us 17 hard games, man.
Yeah.
He gave us a whole season, and his body was a wreck.
Yes.
I understand that. They are about value. I understand that too. But you got to see what the man did with nothing. The man had to turn around and go through.
Let me ask you this: when Mr. Williams was attracting Miss Williams, did you put your toes in the water? Or did you go for it? Did you put a ring on it? Did you tell your significant other, you know what? I don't know about this, because I kind of relate that to
No,
this.
man, I went out there and I played.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? I went out there, I played.
Right.
When they put me in the game, I played.
I mean, when you listen, just a personal life thing. When you were trying to get your significant other, you went for it, right?
Yeah.
You didn't have any doubts. Mr. Williams never has any doubts, right?
No.
Same thing. People go, "What are you talking
Not at
about?"
all, man.
It's the same thing. It's a relationship.
Yeah.
You're either all in or you're not.
Yeah, and like I say, man, I'm just hoping when September hit that this won't become no distraction, man.
Agree. All right, Mr. Williams, I appreciate the call.
And then, man, I hope they get something done with me also.
I think it's we'll see, man. I don't know if that's coming, but we'll definitely keep you up to date if something does happen. It would be nice to get all these distractions and contract talks out of the way. Long drive by the Rays, and that is completely gone. 2-run shot by Richie Palacios there in the top of the ninth, and now it's 13-5 Rays over the Colorado Rockies. Good stuff there.
All right, go ahead on Tampa Bay.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man.
Tampa Bay Rays.
Just killing it tonight. I love it. All right, Mr. Williams, appreciate the call as always.
All right. All right, Peter.
All right, man. All right, good stuff. I've been asking tonight. People are like, "What are you talking about?" I'm saying, I have this. This is my thought process. Doesn't necessarily have to be your thought process, but think about it. Right? You treat your significant other like your franchise quarterback, right? She's yours. There is no doubt. You try to do everything you can to build around that franchise quarterback to make sure that woman's happy. She's never going anywhere. You put a ring on it. There's no doubt. You're not dipping your toe into the water. You're not saying, you're really attractive and everything. We have good times, but I'm just ready to move on to somebody else. No, we ain't doing that. Let's go out to this guy.
Damn it, Jim, what the hell's the matter with you?
Jim, right there from OHIO. Welcome to the evolution of Sports Talk Television. What's on your mind?
I'm definitely not talking about no daggone Baker Mayfield.
No.
What I'm going to talk about is everybody in training camp tearing it up. Antoine Winfield Jr.
Yeah, that's a good
they
thing.
Said he caught an amazing pick and had a
Tyke Smith, possibly there for the leader of this team, one of the leaders of this team, David Walker.
All the wide receivers, Ted Johnson doing flips and
Tez Johnson killing it. Yeah, Tez Johnson will be there September 19th, by the way, at the Florida State. What is it? The Sports Expo there at the Florida State Fairgrounds, live here on the Evolution. So hopefully we can get him on camera here and talk some Bucs shop, some Bucs wide receivers, right?
Yeah, Chris Godwin flying around, Ted Johnson, everybody.
Yeah, Chris
I'm
Godwin's
looking forward
back.
to hearing that, especially the Expo.
Of course.
And man, I do not want to talk about Baker Mayfield. We should be past this point at this moment because they already agreed that they're going to wait.
Just blame me. Everybody wants to have an opinion. I'm okay with it, whether you agree with me or not. And sometimes I'm a little bit hard on some people, but I just want you to understand the other side of this. And I also want you to put yourself in his shoes. I want you to put yourself where you were. If you care about somebody, if it's about a relationship, which I think sports is all about a relationship. And listen, maybe that's the reason why I'm single in the first place. But I think there is definitely some similarities to this. You don't, when Big Jim was doing Big Jim things there out in OHIO, and you were trying to get significant other, you weren't putting your toe in the water. You were jumping in that water, right? Cannonball style.
I definitely jumped in.
Cannonball style, baby. Going for
it. I understand.
Right.
But for some reason, Buccaneers want to wait, and the Brad decided to wait with them. So we're talking about Baker Mayfield now. Let's move on past this and get the season started. I cannot wait.
Yeah. Well, I can't wait
But
either.
yeah, it's training camp going real well.
It is.
With the offense.
Very
and
physical.
The defense, everybody's talking about Ruben Bain Jr. and our middle linebacker. What was his name? They got
Josiah Trotter, and you got Alex Anzalone from Detroit.
Yeah, Anzalone.
Yeah.
Anzalone and Ruben Bain, they did interviews. Yeah. And I seen Vita Vey holding the bag for the defensive lineman.
Yeah.
So I think training camp's doing well. And they played in the rain the other day. So I've been watching training camp. I'm tired about the Baker Mayfield stuff. I think we're past it.
I'll try to keep it at a minimum, but I got a feeling it's going to come up again. And I get it. People feel passionate about it. And I give people what they want, but I'll try not to kill you with it. I do appreciate you tuning in, Big Jim, as always.
Yeah, and the news cycle, they're kind of past it. Well, not all news cycles.
It keeps on coming up some reason. So we'll continue to talk about it, and it's relevant, and we'll up to date you.
So on Wednesday, let's try to
let's try not to do it. We'll have Jason Powers on. I know he'll have something to say about it, so we'll try not to make that whole Baker Mayfield show. We'll talk about Bucs training camp, and then we'll have the return of the legend himself, Mr. Leo Haggerty, from a Coach Scout and Now Media member. Yeah.
I am excited about that.
How about that, huh? Somebody says Peter Mayfield. Thank you very much. I appreciate you, child of Israel, bringing absolutely nothing to the show once again. Nothing called on the phone.
Back, man. I'm excited.
Hold on. Nothing called on the phone. He said he knew you. There you go. Bringing nothing. All right, go ahead, Jim. Sorry.
I was saying that I'm excited about Leo Haggerty coming back.
Yes.
And I've been missing your trio.
Well, with Louis, I mean, we'll get him. We'll get him back too. We'll see if we can get him back into the fold. He's doing his thing.
I miss your special with Blake.
Yes, Blake
Blake
and
and
Blake
Blake.
Sports. We'll bring
And,
that back. We've been sick. The dog has been sick. Alexander, he's got like a big puffy ear. He's got like a he's got like a, I'm trying to think, a hematoma. I went to the vet. Thank you very much to the vet for charging me over $300 to tell me that my dog's got a hematoma. Could have probably figured that out myself. Yeah, that hurt my wallet. I had a hematoma after that.
You gotta take care of the puppies, though.
I do, man. I gotta get that surgery here eventually. So he's got to get taken care of. I don't want him to have a cauliflower ear. I have to explain to people he's fighting people on the side there in UFC.
Yeah.
And we can't do that.
Sarasota, man, she was acting like she was starving today. I fed her, refreshed her food.
Well, there you go. There you go.
She's nice and full now. Her stomach buzzing.
Yeah, there you go. All right, Jim. I appreciate the
All
call.
right, man. So looking forward to Leo Haggerty and I'm missing
Jason Powers.
Hey, yeah, I'm missing. Yeah, Jason Powers definitely. That's Wednesday, right?
Wednesday it is 9 and 9:30. So it'll be a busy time there, and definitely tune in on my favorite day of the week. Happy Hump Day.
Until Harry Greet and Tampa Bay Ray, man, come on.
Yeah, they've been strangers. They've been strangers in the night. They were hanging out together there. Appreciate the invite, gentlemen. With you, Harry and Ray, going out there and watching the Rays game without me against the White Sox, which is probably a good game not to go to. Harry liked it, but definitely if you're a Rays fan, you didn't like it. But you got to love this tonight. 13-6, Bucs over the Broncos. Appreciate the comment. Appreciate the call as always, Big Jim. All right?
All right, man. Later.
All right, later. Love it. Love him. I think we got some Facebook stars here from Broadway. Appreciate that. We'll go out to TikTok and I get out to Instagram Live. Some interesting comments out there. Stand by, Miss Coley. You have some things to say, which is interesting. We've known each other for a very, very long time, so I appreciate you tuning in. Let's see, 32 degrees. Why are you talking about Michael Evans? Well, it's Mike Evans, not Michael Evans. We're not talking about Michael Jackson. He's no longer a Bucs player because that's what we do here on the Evolution of Sports Talk Television. I can be positive or I can be petty. And I don't know, tonight for some reason, and it was probably at work because work was tough. It's usually tough on Mondays. I don't know what it is. I can't stand Mondays now. Yeah, I get up in the morning. I can't have coffee anymore. I don't do coffee anymore. I changed up the alternative. And I didn't like what it was doing to me. So I changed it up to Celsius. I just had a bad day today. And I felt like coming on the show and trying to be positive. And then you guys just said, you know what? I'm going to bring out that side of petty. So I had to bring that petty out. And when I heard about the Mike Evans news, I was like, aha, I love Mike Evans, but he's hurt again. And I still have a cough. So there you go. Evans is never healthy, says Trey, 32 degrees. Where do you think Baker Mayfield's going to go? That they're going to make him a franchise quarterback. I told you, plenty of places. Pittsburgh comes to mind. Arizona, the Jets. If anybody's going to make somebody a franchise quarterback, it's going to be the Jets. Jets. They're going to overpay. Why? Because they're a bad team. But they would pay Baker Mayfield for what they got over Geno Smith. Geno Smith and Baker Mayfield. Well, I don't know. What's the option? I don't know. I think Baker Mayfield. Yeah. Arizona, what do they got there? Jacoby Brissett? Nah. Carson Beck? Nah. Baker Mayfield? Yeah. Pittsburgh, what do they got? Aaron Rodgers, he's done. He's toast. Who else? They got a veteran. They got a guy that comes in with the Pittsburgh Steelers and gets to torment the Cleveland Browns. You can't write a better Hollywood script than that. All right. Why are you saying that when Jameis Winston was getting tossed around? I was saying that when Jameis Winston got tossed around. All right. Let's read some of these comments from Instagram Live. Lots of them tonight. Tampa Stunner. Need you at some 7-on-7 tournaments. I'm there, boss. I'm real busy, but we'll work it out. We'll make it happen. Appreciate you. What's the number? 727-255-0391 and 727-255-0391. Let's go out to Eric Moreno. How do we start off this show, my friend? Go.
Bring the passion, bring the excitement, just don't bring any nonsense.
Awesome. Perfect, my friend. What's on your mind tonight?
How you doing, Peter?
I'm good, man. I'm good. It's a Monday night. We're almost wrapping up this show, getting ready to record Bucs latest for tomorrow to give you guys some Bucs content. watching the Rays, kick some, what, hopefully not blow this game right now.
13-8, yeah.
It is a catch that was too dramatic at that point. Simpson should have had that. That was a can of corn, and he made it look a lot more difficult than it was right now. Rays up 13-7, now 13-8, as my internet takes a crap when I'm watching the game. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Sure.
13-8 Rays over the Colorado Rockies. Go ahead.
Are you going to be at the Bucs practice Friday by any chance, Peter?
I may be there on Sunday. I don't know, Friday. Are you coming into town, my friend? Are we going to finally meet? You're going to come out to one of my watch parties at the Brick House Tavern?
I am in Colorado right now. I'll be home Wednesday night, Thursday morning.
All right, so you're going to be home Friday. Permanently. What are you doing this season? I invite you out to get on the Evolution of Sports Talk Television live from the Brick House Tavern in downtown Tampa. Not downtown, but I guess Del Mabry. I guess it's right by the stadium. Yep. Yeah, get out there. Come out there.
Okay.
Be a part of the Evolution of Sports Talk Television. All right.
Yes, sir.
How long?
Yes, sir.
Wind is blowing. Wind is blowing right now as Tampa Bay is winning 13-8. We'll see if the Rays can keep this because no lead is safe, especially in Colorado. So 5 runs at this point. A man on third, 2-0 count with 1 out. All right, Moreno, what else?
That's it.
All right, man. How do you think the Rays did today? We were supposed to talk about the Rays. We'll get to that on Wednesday. I'm thrilled with what they did. What do you think?
Yeah. I like the Liam Hicks. You didn't have to give up it's like a 15, 16, and 26 prospect. Freddie Peralta, I think he'll fit in nicely, and Tyler Wells, nice reliever. Back with Brian Baker, so that's a pretty good 1-2 punch with Manuel Rodriguez coming back and Clevenger and Boozer. So we got a nice little bullpen and addition.
All right, I like it. I like the thought process. I like what the Rays have done. I thought I was in the twilight zone. I thought I woke up and we were in another dimension with the Rays and the moves they made. But this shows you what kind of ownership they have. It's amazing. They care about this team going forward, and they are definitely going forward. Eric, appreciate the call as always. All right?
All right.
All right. Let's see here. Alex, call back in. I know you called in. Call back in again. We'll get your call here. Trying to read these comments from you guys. Miss Coley has lots to say tonight. What's the number? I gave it to you. I don't think he's winning by default. Mike Evans is a good player. He is. Yep, he was. We were dead last year. I know that's right. Awesome job, Peter. Thank you, Miss Coley. Appreciate you, Kira. I'll see you tomorrow at work at Smart Financial. I know that's right. Get me some tickets, Pete. I wish I had the power to do that, but I don't have all that power. You're so handsome. Thank you very much. I always appreciate that. Yeah. Stop dipping your toe in the water. I'm trying not to. I don't know who I'm supposed to go for at this point. I got like 500 jobs, so not all that money you got. Yeah, I got lots of money at this point, but some of that money's got to go to my dog at this point. Now it is 13-9, Tampa Bay over Colorado. My goodness gracious, do not blow this. I don't know about football, but you told me you would teach me by watching. I will keep on watching the evolution of Sports Talk Television. Hopefully the view is good there. Because Instagram likes to, do some weird stuff with the picture. And good night, Peter. Good night to you, sweetheart. I'll see you tomorrow at Smart Financial. Let's go out to Jeremy. Mayfield and Vea need to be signed. Agree. Broadway says you brought the passion and excitement. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Do not apologize. Will not. Child of Israel, bring the passion, bring the excitement. Just don't bring any Baker the Faker Mayfield. I appreciate you. And Harry Berg, Ray's biggest need was a second baseman. Typical Rays team. Don't go out, spend the money on the biggest need. I disagree with you. I can't believe you're still up. This is cool that you are still up. It was too much. I know they wanted Luis Reyes from the Giants. The Phillies beat them. They gave up prospects. Rays got pitching. Rays got hitting there with the catcher there from the Marlins. And again, I think they're definitely looking forward to the player they traded from the Angels, Lux, to come back. He has not been able to get on board here and stay healthy for this Rays team. Hasn't been able to have anything. So I think they're banking on that. I don't know if it happens. I don't know if he's able to overcome, but definitely second base was a big-time position at this point. Let's go out to Russ Vaughn. So Mike Evans already has a quad strain. Bake and Vita will play with the chip on their shoulders. Vita's picture just went up on the corner of the stadium. 2027 should have close to 10 young stud quarterbacks. Baker kills it, sign him up. If he doesn't, remember he's turning 32 next year, 33. Looks like management was making good decisions, and we are thinking from a loyalty perspective. That's a good point. But I will say this, if you're Baker Mayfield, you don't want to sign a 2-year contract because like you said, the quarterback class is there. So even if you perform, you know that most likely the Bucs are going to draft somebody unless, again, he balls out. And it's still a possibility the Bucs will go in a different direction because it may not work out in 2026. I understand both sides of it. I see Baker's more because I think he's done a lot for this team, and he is the closest thing to a franchise quarterback they've had. He's a franchise quarterback. Make no mistake about it, the numbers he's been able to put up in 3 years for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers with all the extenuating circumstances when you have a hurt offensive line, when you have hurt weapons, when you have the change of offensive coordinators. I just want one or two years where Baker has the same offensive coordinator. I just want 1 or 2 years where the offensive line is healthy. Look at 2024. Perfect example, right? Offensive line's healthy. The weapons for the majority of the time are healthy at that point. And looks like the Rays have won this game. Goodness gracious, 13-9 right there over the Colorado Rockies. So they rebound from getting beat in that series at Tropicana. 2 out of 3 make some big deals, led by Junior Caminero, 2 home runs, 31 and 32. Moonshots, 1 to right and 1 to left. Such an impressive player. But going back to it, you look back at 2024, when you had a healthy offensive line, you had an offensive coordinator that was able to overcome those deficiencies, 41 touchdowns, 16 interceptions, cut down on those turnovers. That's the quarterback you can have. He's got to do his part by staying out of the way. But again, you look at the first half of the year, how many fourth quarter comebacks did he have? And why did he have to have those fourth quarter comebacks? Because the majority of the time, the offensive line was reshuffled. On top of it, they needed him to step up, and he did. I kind of wish he didn't play through injury because his value was completely ruined. If he doesn't play through injury, he sees like Joe Burrow and sits on the bench and doesn't play, we're not having this conversation. I think we're having a totally different conversation when it comes down to it. Let's go out to Mr. Greek himself. What are you doing up? You're supposed to be in bed. You're up and you didn't come on. Not strong up the middle. No bueno. It's a shame they really needed him. I didn't think you wouldn't agree with me about it. Great team with no second baseman. Yeah, I kind of agree with you on it. I definitely think they need a second baseman. They're trying, to do this. And Palacios had a home run tonight. But they got some problems when it comes to second base. But they're banking on Lux, who they got from the Angels. We'll see if it works out. But you have to give up probably entirely too many prospects. And if you look at these deals, getting up Peralta, they believe that he could be a reclamation project from the Mets. He's having everybody's having a bad year with the Mets. They stink. They're awful. I don't know what's worse, the New York Jets or the New York Mets. I don't know.
That's good enough to suck right there.
Exactly. Equally suck. Both teams. Sorry if you're a Jets or Mets fan. Sorry about your years there. It's not working out. So they think they can, get him back to form. A couple years ago, he was an all-star. He's performing from Milwaukee. You add him to that mix. I got concerns about Shane McClanahan, who's got, back mid tightness at this point. We'll see if he can come back. Hopefully that's not something that will be, but you're exactly right. You probably could have got a second baseman, but you would have to give up top prospects. And I don't think the Rays were willing to do that. In fact, again, you look at the majority of their deals at this point, they didn't give up a lot of top prospects. Love Baker. Think he will light it up this year. I see the head office making good decisions. I guess, Russ, I look at it from the standpoint of, and I was looking at it from a relationship standpoint. I would say this, I keep on going back to it. I look at it as a relationship, right? If she's your one, and I would say that's your franchise quarterback, right? If that's your franchise quarterback, you do everything to make sure that she's comfortable in that relationship. And you there's no doubt. You don't dip your toe in the pool. You don't look at somebody else. The Glazers have said he's a franchise quarterback. Jason Light has said he's a franchise quarterback. Todd Bowles has said he's a franchise quarterback. What's the deal? Why is it different now when he wants to get paid? I look at the same thing relationship. You know, when you were going after your significant other, you had no doubts. You put a ring on it. You went for it. You did everything to make sure that situation was a good situation, a great situation, so she didn't leave the situation. Same thing here. Let's go out to Jeremy here. Bores me. Sorry about baseball boring you, except Todd. Harry, don't have to worry about the Yankees. Boston could be a problem. Reminds me of last year's Blue Jays. Certainly possible. Since when are we worried about prospects? We've had numerous conversations regarding selling your soul to win a championship. I agree. I agree. This could be the year you do that. Look at the Dodgers right now. They completely ruined baseball. You most likely are headed for a lockout at least a year. Why not do it? I like what they did. It would have been nice to get a second baseman. It would have been nice to make a move for a big-time bat. They just didn't do it, but they made other moves. I can't fault them for not making moves because this ownership actually showed that they were going to do something different instead of the previous ownership, which showed they completely do absolutely nothing. It's definitely not 100,000. They offered 100 million, but it was 2 years. And from his standpoint, Russ, what he's looking at is if you offer that 2-year contract, you have 1 year for the Bucs to draft somebody in 2027, and then the next year he's mentoring that player. I see where he's coming from. I understand where he's coming from at this juncture. All right, let's go out to the phone lines. What's your name? Where you calling from? You're on the Evolution here on a late night, Monday night here on the Sports Web.
Hey, Peter, man, I thought you had me locked in your call ID, man.
Do I not have you locked in here? Who? This is who I think it is. This is Corey, right?
Yeah, man.
Damn it! I need to get. My caller ID is all messed up. I got you locked in, Corey. Go ahead.
Okay. What? I bet you talk about Baker.
Well, I did talk about Baker tonight, to the chagrin of some of the Bucs fans. I think I talked too much about it, but I was giving everybody an opinion tonight. And the question of the night is, did you like the comments? Did you like of what he said about the Buccaneer organization? It's been reported that it's very uncomfortable over there at One Buck. They were disappointed. They didn't like it. And Baker,
I ain't like it neither.
All right, go ahead. Talk about it.
Man, the Bucs are a good organization, Peter.
I think they're a good organization, but I'm kind of confused here, Corey. If he's a franchise quarterback, what's the holdup here? If he's a franchise, you sign him to a longer.
Well, I mean, I feel they scared about the inconsistency, man.
Yeah. Okay. Well, would that inconsistency?
Yeah, that's why they hit him with a 2-year.
Okay, so he got penalized because he played through injuries last year. So you would rather him be Joe Burrow and sit on the bench and not play.
No, I mean, he played through the injuries, but I mean, even when he's healthy, man, you have some games that, you look at completion percentage and the touchdown to interception ratio. Yeah. It looked good on paper, but during the game at crucial times, he'll fold up and throw an interception or mess up,
There are some times where he does some stupid stuff. He definitely needs to improve on that. Still needs to improve on that. That's the gift and the curse. I was talking to somebody offline the other night, and they said the comparison is Brett Favre. He's exactly right. Recklessness, the way he plays sometimes, turnovers. You would like him to be a little bit cognizant, if you will, right? Leo word.
Yeah.
You would definitely like that. To know the situation, fight for another day, not take those big-time hits, alleviate those big-time hits. But, that's, again, the gift and the curse with Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield will have some turnovers. We'll have some plays where he takes some big-time hits, and then he'll have some, third down conversions. He'll have the time where he puts his shoulder down and knocks out a linebacker or cornerback. Probably needs to do less of that. He'll have the 4th and 10 conversion on Monday Night Football against Houston, where you don't have a chance against a top-notch defense, but you have a chance with Baker Mayfield. You love that type of stuff, but also you want to alleviate those injuries. And furthermore, I think it comes down to, the Bucs, again, have they made this situation as good as they can? The offensive line is not healthy. You didn't have the running game last year. You had an inexperienced offensive coordinator. To a lot of people, it's a lot of excuses, but there are a lot of extenuating circumstances that has hurt Baker Mayfield, even with his time with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And honestly,
right.
can you name a year?
I mean, not to cut you off. In my opinion, I feel like they should move that boy Barton, the center, to guard, the left guard, and let Brennerson be center.
Well, I mean, Barton is the only guy that took all the...
he's a number one pick, so they just trying to push it. He's a number one pick. So
but here's the thing, Corey. Barton is the only guy that took all the snaps last year on the offensive line. That's a problem. That's a problem.
But he's not a center. He's not a center.
I mean, I don't know how you don't know at this point, because here's the deal: how you don't know, because you had all kinds of you had left guard. You didn't have the same left guard last year. Ben Bredesen was hurt. You didn't have the same right guard. Cody Mauch was hurt. You had different players playing at different positions.
Yeah, but I mean, it's sad because Brennerson a better center than him. Brennerson get more push than him. You don't get no push.
I'm not gonna sit there and deny him, but I'm also not gonna sit there and deny that again, it's all about consistency. And when you have starting lineups that are not matching up, you have different starting lineups, it's gonna hurt somebody.
Yeah, but I mean, sometimes you have to look out of play, the way they play, and sometimes you got to look at what the organization want to push. They want to push a first round draft pick. They go make him be something because they wasted a first round draft pick on him. It's like a lot of politics in this thing too.
Oh no, let's not talk.
Do you
politics.
disagree?
No, I think there's definitely something to it. I mean, I think it's Jason Light, right? I mean, Jason Light wants to see Graham Barton work out as a center.
Right.
And sometimes you can do that to a fault, but I think they're also the evaluation process is kind of incomplete, right? Can we agree on that? Because you don't have your starting. You don't have your starting line. You don't have your starting unit. Look back at 2024. How good was that offense when it came to protecting Baker, passing the ball, even with the weapons, and then the running game. The running game is the biggest key that fell off.
That's the thing. That's the thing. At Duke, he came from Duke. He played outside. He played tackle.
Well, he could play.
Now you want to put him in the phone booth.
Well, he could play some inside. I mean, he showed that he can move the pile. I think you may be right. There may be a conversation that needs to be had if his development isn't better than what it was last year. But I think it's also an unfair criticism to sit here and say he didn't develop when you don't have the consistent pieces that are starting every game. Is that fair?
That's fair. That's fair. Okay. I mean, especially that boy Cody Mauch is good. He's good. He's agile. He can get out and pull.
Yeah.
He pull on screen. He's pretty good.
How much did he miss last year? How much time? He missed the majority of the year.
Yeah. Cody Mauch pretty good, man.
Yeah, he's pretty good, but you got to stay on the field. The same thing with Benjamin Morrison. We just talked about him. I got a bad feeling about this. I don't know. I don't
think Morrison go either. I think they go make that boy. What's his name? Parrish.
Yeah, outside.
I think he gonna play outside
by default. At this point. Yeah. Definitely. Good stuff, Corey. What else, man? What else?
Man, that's it, man. I mean, I don't know what's up with Baker and Vita, man. They need to play ball, man.
They definitely need to play ball. I'm tired of talking about these distractions. I hope they're not distractions going into 2026. I hate it. I use the word ominous, right? You see a funnel cloud in the background. It's like the Bucs season right now. And it's been like this all off season. This has been the longest off season, in my opinion, with all the drama.
There's so much damn drama, man.
So much drama. Save the drama for your mama, right? As Drake Booker T would say. Save that drama. I don't need this drama. I want it to be quiet. I want it to be get this done. Get Baker done. Get Vita Vea done. Let's not talk about contract extensions. Let's talk about winning the damn NFC South. Let's talk about being a playoff contender and competing for the NFC. Let's talk about that. Because the offensive weapons are there, man. It's there.
Yeah. And you got a coordinator right now. And you got a good coordinator.
Which, listen, if it all works out and the offense explodes and let's say, Todd Bowles is not, it doesn't work out, then maybe you shift gear. I still believe in Todd. I do believe in Todd. I think Todd can turn this around.
I mean, he'll play a coach, but I mean, he's a defensive man, and every year you got to look for a damn coordinator. That's a problem.
That's a problem. And then on top of it, has he had the horses? Has he had the weapons? Can we admit, as Bucs fans, you can put this comment in the box whenever you want to, from 1 to 10, that this defensive line, especially his front seven and what Jason Light has been able to give Todd Bowles, there should be no excuse. I know you got rookies. You got Al-Quadin Muhammad. We're not even talking about him. What are you, 11 and a half sacks with the Detroit Lions? I mean, that's not a slouch.
Right.
You get him. You got
even though
he
played beside a damn beast, but he still got the sack.
I mean, let's see how it
he
works.
won it 1-on-1. So
yeah. I mean, let's see how this works out. I would have to agree 1 to 10. This is the most exciting aspect of this team. 9.5 with all the talent they've been able to fill in this offseason to give themselves a chance and give Todd Bowles a chance to run his defense. Finally, in the last couple of years, he hasn't had those type of weapons. Agree?
I mean, Peter, my honest opinion, Peter, this 3-3-5 shit is too damn cute for me. I don't like it.
Yeah, well, you know why you do that? You do that because you're trying to generate pass rush, and it doesn't work out.
Yeah, and trying to disguise shit. Excuse me, trying to disguise
stuff. All right, so pass it. It's okay.
Yeah, I just it's so damn cute, man. I don't like it.
I get you, man. I get it. I like the traditional 4-man lineup.
Yeah.
That's what you got to do. You got to get back to that. Todd Bowles knows that, and we'll see, man. We'll see how Reuben Bain Jr. Everything right now that's been advertised, man, he looks like the real deal.
He's the real deal.
He looks like the real deal. And if he's the real deal, and you got Vita Vea, and you've got all these guys, and not just guys. I mean, talking about Kalijah Cansey, healthy finally, and Yaya Diaby.
Yeah. And Yaya got a motor. He gonna keep coming.
And David Walker. I mean, I don't know what I'm more excited about.
They showed a little clip from on the Bucs. I guess the Bucs website.
Yep.
He whooped Gedeke ass today.
Well, that's good. That's a good thing. You know, a lot of people say, well, the offense is getting beat. That's what you want to see out of your defense. And then you want to see the offense make adjustments at the end of the day, right?
Yep.
Right.
Well, I'm going to let somebody else get on. Peter, man, I thank you for taking my call, man.
Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. Don't be a stranger here, and I'll save your number, I promise.
All right.
All right, I got you, Corey. One of my favorite web heads right there. All right, it's 11:30, guys. I'm going to go ahead and read the rest of these comments. I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to record Bucs latest. We'll talk more on Wednesday. Again, Jason Powers at 9 o'clock, the return of Leo Haggerty at 9:30. And then, of course, we will be live from Sam's Pizza and Deli right there. Deli Cafe. Again, 4644 West Gandy Boulevard, Suite 10. If that wasn't enough, I didn't get a chance to promote this. I need to promote this. It's called Deutsch Snacking Dough, right? I'm a ambassador of this, and this is good stuff. This is alternative for guys like me, my age. I'm 47 years old. I'm looking for that sweet, those sweets without all the sugar, without all the preservatives. You got Deutsch Snacking Dough right here. Tell them the Rolex reporter sent you. I got this flavor. It's WTF Fudge Brownie, and it's unbelievable. In fact, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and be a pig right now. I'm going to do this on air and just show you what this looks like, this goodness. And you can eat this out of there. I don't have a spoon, so I'm just going to take my fingers. Don't judge me. All right. So, but I'm going to go ahead and do this. And it tastes just like a brownie. And you can make it in the oven. It's healthy for you. It's plant-based. I never thought I would be, promoting plant-based, but I'm promoting plant-based. And it's good. So there you go. All right. Final call of the night. Alex, welcome to the evolution of Sports Talk Television, my friend.
Hey, Peter. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good. I had some
great show. Great show tonight.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Great calls. Great opinions. Great show.
We had calls tonight. We had lots of calls, lots of interaction. I always love that on all the platforms.
Hey, so you made me a deal. So let's talk about the Rays real quick.
Yes, go for it.
The Rays did win tonight, 13-9. I'm not worried about the 9 runs because they kind of just threw out a BS pitcher out there at the end.
Yes.
They kind of just saved the arms. But, hey, listen, the offense exploded. The trade deadline came and gone today.
What did you think
the Rays
of that?
made a couple moves. I think especially at the catcher position. Got a couple good arms on the back end of the bullpen, so that was kind of good to see.
Right.
The Rays win. The Yankees lose tonight. The Rays remain your American League best team right now.
Love it.
It's getting tight. We're getting close to 50 games left of the season, so
yes,
I'm excited to see where this new ownership will take the Rays in the postseason. So, hey, listen, a great one today. Listen, tons of great comments about the Bucs situation. I'll kind of go off what I said earlier. It's a really interesting situation. I want to add something I didn't add to earlier when I called in.
Go for it.
I just think that Baker needs to remember one thing. And while I think some of his comments were a little kind of should have kept to himself,
right.
That there's always a right place to make certain comments, and I don't think that was the right place to do that.
Agree.
But listen, as Jared McCoy said in his post, I'm sure you saw that.
I did.
Listen, he's a player. You know, I get he wants his bag, but Baker, I have one problem with Baker himself. Baker has to remember the organization that revived his career. The organization that gave him every piece of talent to be successful. The organization, the same organization that gave you, regardless of the offensive coordinators, they gave you every piece to be successful in the first 3-4 years that he was here.
Yeah.
Right. So I guess my only situation with Baker in this whole deal is to throw out a demand. At the end of the day, you signed a contract, right? Now, what happens after that contract is to be said, but you signed a contract for what you signed. What happens after that should, in my opinion, the comments that he made at that stand, it's unnecessary, especially as we're entering, getting ready to enter the season. Keep it to yourself. There's certain things that I don't agree that, that should be out in the public. So, man, it remains to be seen what the direction of this organization is going to be. I guess we're going to see the outcome of this season. Listen, if Baker, I will add this too about Baker, is and maybe it's a plan. I don't know, but the Baker that has a chip on his shoulder versus the Baker that's relaxed and staying calm is a different Baker. I think maybe the Glazers have a plan. I don't know. But at the end of the day, for everyone saying pay Baker, at the end of the day, I think he should be extended. But at the end of the day, he did sign a contract. And again, what happens after the contract, you never know.
Right.
I mean, look at Dak Prescott. How many playoff wins does he have?
Not many.
I'll wait.
I don't know how many he has at this point.
I think he has one.
I think he has one. I think as many as Baker Mayfield.
As many as Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
And what's Dallas paying right now to this day? A ridiculous $240 million contract for a quarterback that I think Baker can outplay Dak. But that's my opinion. That's my opinion. But
right,
listen,
man.
I don't know. Listen, we're about to enter another Bucs season. I'm excited to get ready to fire the cannons. I'm going to be home for some of these games. Peter, I look forward to seeing you at the watch parties. It's going to be a great season this upcoming season, regardless of what happens with all the bullshit. I hope we get at least 10 wins. I think it's going to be an interesting season. How does the defense come out and play? Do we look at a better secondary or not? I think that's where the Bucs struggled going into the end of last year. But to me, it's gonna be on that defense. Can we avoid the 30-28s and all this nonsense? Oh, by the way, I was asking before I go. How about Mike Evans? Getting hurt.
We already mentioned that. I already went to my dark side there, being petty. But you're exactly right. Quad strain, and it looks like they're holding him out for training camp. And as I said, the guy, I love him to death. He hasn't been able to stay healthy, and Father Time is undefeated. So we'll see what kind of impact now he'll make for the 49ers.
And Mike's what? 34 years old?
32.
What?
32 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that the average time span on I'm on a wide receiver?
It's when you start to see. It's when you start to see the downturn of a wide receiver. It's absolutely when you start to see the downside. It certainly happens.
Right.
Yeah,
his hammies have always been kind of an issue.
Rice,
so
yeah.
But hey, Peter, man, I want to say great show. I appreciate you for bringing the content for all the fans and all the webheads out there.
Thank you,
great show. The Rays win headed to the last third of the season. Still the best team in the American League. So
Yeah.
I'm excited about that. I'm excited about Bucs season. We're only a couple weeks away from preseason, so we'll see how we are. And I think a month from today we'll be talking about regular season football.
We will be. All right, my friend, I will let you go. I appreciate the call. I'm going to wrap
All right,
this
brother.
thing
Have a
up,
good
all
one.
right? Yes, thank you for the 2 calls tonight. We'll talk Rays on Wednesday. I promise more Rays talk. We'll read the rest of these comments. My bad, 100 million. It's okay, Russ. I got you. Chris Cole says Cubs just beat the Dodgers 10-5. That's good. The Greek says fans will soon find out about Bucs and Baker. Things will be coming out soon. He just needs to keep his opinions to himself and play. Maybe he will be on this team next year. His mouth is writing checks he can't cash. But let's be honest, he's always had a cocky attitude as if his stuff doesn't stink. Some things will never change with Baker. Remember the bowl game and the gesture. Yep, you're correct about that. And you could definitely make the case with those comments of throwing the Bucs and their organization under the bus that it was not necessarily a good look. Baker nor Vita can afford to set the season out. They both will have a one year older. They both will still be coming off a 6-game loss and sitting out. That won't do much for their value. No matter if they stay with the Bucs, they will have to prove something this year. Exactly right. The case of Vita Vea, 31 years old. He wants to prove himself. More than likely, he's seen his last days with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and still, unless something changes, it's a shame. He's going to go down as one of the all-time Bucs. But the Bucs have a plan at this point, and it doesn't seem like it includes Vita Vea. That may change. He'll definitely have every opportunity to earn a contract with the Bucs, a contract extension, or somebody else in free agency. That's why we raise the flags. Funny as you know what, and raise when. Also, what am I sipping on here? It is called Circle Water. You know, the great thing about this, again, another healthy alternative is I'm not necessarily a guy that likes to drink a lot of water, but this stuff is great, and I'll tell you why. Because you can what you do is you put the cartridge in there, and it says Honey Crisp Apple, right? This is good stuff, and you can adjust this to where it's sweet or, you got not a lot of taste in it. I go 4 or 5 in it. The great thing is it's healthy for you. You still get a chance to drink water. You still get a chance to hydrate. It's Circle Water. Tell them the Sports Web and Peter Blake, the Rolex reporter, sent you. All right. Enough advertisements. Let's go ahead and move on. Again, we'll be live on Wednesday night at 9 o'clock. And then, of course, on Saturday at Sam's Pizza and Deli there on Gandy Boulevard. Thanks a lot to all the callers tonight, all the engagement. I'll check the other platforms here. Nothing on TikTok. Appreciate you tuning in there. Nothing on Instagram. Thank you very much for tuning in there. Like and subscribe to the Sports Web on YouTube. Friend me on Facebook at Peter H. Blake. Do 3 things. We'll keep it down for the housemates. Bring your passion. Bring your excitement. Just don't bring any nonsense. I'm your host, Peter Blake, your Rolex reporter. What time is it? It's my time. And for fans of the Sports Web and the Tampa Bay sports fans, especially you Go Bucs fans and you Rays fans, should be happy tonight. The Rays made moves and they beat Colorado 13-9. It is your time. We'll see you next time here on the evolution of Sports Talk Television. As we always say here on a Monday, Go Bucs.